Look like she's in here, man.
Saying, is she in the house at all?
The Raider way, or the Raider tenets of commitment to excellence, just win, baby. Once a Raider, always a Raider.
Secondary to the 23-yard. For Davante Adams, he's got it! Touchdown Raiders! Oh, a dice roll in Vegas for 6. The Raiders at the 40-yard line, and O'Connell wants to take a deep shot. And he's got Trey Tucker out there, Tucker diving, and he makes the catch inside the 10.
Okay.
You are now about to witness the strength of street knowledge.
Raider Nation, stand up.
Straight out of Compton, crazy motherfucker named Ice Cube. From the gang called niggas with attitude. When I'm caught,
This is safety! The safety by Crosby!
you too, boy, if you fuck with me. The police are gonna have to come and get me off your ass. That's how I'm going out. For the punk motherfuckers that's showing out.
Intercepted! Good night!
Going off on the motherfucker like that. With a gat that's pointed at your ass.
What's up? Tell them where you're from.
Straight out of Compton. Another crazy ass nigga.
Folks, how are you? Welcome inside Allegiant Stadium to Sunday Night Football and the home opener for the Las Vegas.
Hey, real quick, just stay where you are. You don't need to move. Hey, we talked about a f***ing blank piece of paper. First half's over. You know what I'm saying, right? This is going through that same mentality, that same energy, the same focus, attention to details, and listen, all gas, no brakes.
And looking downfield for Davante Adams, he's got it! Touchdown!
Is not available at present. Please leave your message after the beep.
Yeah, trendsetter. Whoa, league of my own, it don't get better. No.
It's cool when they do it. It's the problem when we do it.
Yeah, hit it dead center. Hit it dead center. Bullseye, hit it the most, is no misses. Something like fish in a barrel, it's no different. Blindfold on me, I still got the most vision. Trendsetter told them before, but they don't listen. Better, bring a better bad because I'm bigger, better. Solo, single, selling several shows at every single second. Peter Piper picked a pack of pickled peppers. Kinda came to crush the competition, hope they get the message. Look, living it fast, spinning my M in the bag. I never go slow, thinking I'll crash. End up a thing in the past, they know I won't though. Big fish catching me, they gon' need a bigger boat. Ironic how the world stops when I spin a globe.
Since Tay knows history. Tay's really good at history. He said last week we was on the wrong side. Well, this week, goddammit, we're on the right side. 63 points, franchise goddamn record.
Salute Raider Nation. Appreciate y'all showing up. Fuck, my bad. Salute to the mods, salute to the chat, man. Salute to everybody here, man, on the panel. Really do appreciate you guys. Salute to everybody over here in the chat. Salute to Tori here on the panel, obviously commenting over in the chat. Ozzy, Seth, Rudy, all you guys, dude. Really do appreciate all of you guys, man. So basically, tonight we're going to be talking about basically when we get down here, tomorrow. So I think tomorrow is going to be June 1st. I don't know if it takes an effect in tomorrow, like in the morning, or if it's in the afternoon, or if it's going to be on Monday. But long story short, either tomorrow at some, be quiet, I'm talking, tomorrow at some point, or by Monday, we're going to end up clearing about $41 million that we can spend within the cap. That's what we can spend is $41 million. So I've said there's going to be a lot of options that are going to be up there. There's going to be, obviously, be looking to re-sign Kuntz for one. He's going to most definitely be a person that we're going to want to re-sign for sure. Outside of it, Spillane, I think Spillane still has 2 years left this year, next year. I don't know.
1 year. I'll just clarify 1 year. So this is Spillane's final year unless we extend it.
Is it this is final year? So I'd probably just wait a minute on him because, like I've said, I think I get that a lot of people like him, a lot of things like that. But listen, the last three middle linebackers that we've had have all been the same. Perryman, Tahir Whitehead, and Spillane are all the same dang type linebacker. So I'm not going to sit and say like it's a massive need at the moment to just re-sign Spillane. I've said if Tommy Eichenberg takes off, I mean, you already have his replacement right underneath him at the moment. And I'm not saying to replace him, and I'm not saying that we're not going to sign him. I'm not saying nothing like that. I'm just saying that his contract can wait to be re-signed, and even to the end of the year, to be honest. But at the end of the day, there are players that, yes, we are going to want to re-sign, that we are going to want to lock up. His contract shouldn't cost us too much to begin with if we are to re-sign Spillane and so on. But long story short, I think there's going to be a lot of money out there that we can use to finally have a great roster. Okay. This is one thing I've been talking about Tom Telesco the whole entire time. He's made great picks, great signings, man, all the way up to this moment, man, getting rid of Jimmy G, but that Jimmy G deal just worked out to our favor. That dude was dumb as hell and got busted for whatever the hell it was he was doing. Regardless of what it may have been, but it was bad for him. Good for us. I mean, we got full compensation back for him. We don't take zero loss on it. We don't take no hits this year. So I mean, he did us a favor. At the end of the day, when we look at our roster right now, our roster is nice, man. We are not going to go into post June 1st free agency and so on to go and try to sign like a just superstar starter. We've already got a great roster here, man. Now it's time to start figuring out where to plug and play certain people. And for me, I've sat and said for the post June 1st targets, for me, there are certain people, and the reasons that I'm targeting certain people is not necessarily to be the number one starter, but sometimes to be a veteran player to help coach our young starters. Because the problem with us, I've said in the past, is sometimes you got players like Max, man. Max can only coach so much, and he still has to play too. You know, like his job isn't to sit and coach players. Like his job is to bring players along while he's playing, but he's got to play first. You know, so the things that I was thinking about, like why I have Fletcher Cox on the thumbnail. And look, Fletcher is retired. I already know, dude. So it's not like I don't know. But the problem with Fletcher is the reason why I would love a player like him to come in for the DT. And listen, I don't care if it's him or Calais Campbell. Calais Campbell can play DT, so I wouldn't be against him coming either. He still is an active player in the NFL right now, so it'd probably be more logic to have a player of his stature. But the reason that I would pick Fletcher Cox to come here to our team right now is a player coach. He doesn't have to be a starting player. He's just a rotational player that can actually manage.
Like Jason Witten.
He can just manage the DTs. He can keep these young players playing well. Byron, Severa, fucking all these dudes. I mean, you still have Tyree Wilson. I mean, you got a lot of young players here. You have Butler, Jenkins. You have numerous good talent here that can be still coached up by a veteran player of his caliber is only going to help the line. It just makes us that much more better. So then when you look at Calais Campbell, because the idea is you're going to have to get Fletcher to unretire, and then come to the Raiders as a coach/player type vibe, you know. Would he do it? I don't know. I brought this up to Ozzy before, you know.
I was going to say, what I was going to say, what I didn't say earlier in that conversation earlier, is that if it was me, because we have so much cap space, like we can afford to pay that little bit more to make it like more enticing. Like say normally a team might pay a guy like to be a player coach, say they pay him like $6 million for 1 year season or something. So maybe we pay him 8 or 9 just to give that little bit of extra incentive.
Well,
you know
we'd
what I mean?
Paying him 10 minimum.
Oh, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, you pay.
Yeah,
I'm saying like, so instead of paying 10, you play his caliber. Yeah, you're probably right, probably 10. So instead of paying 10, you pay maybe 11 or 12, just to give him that little bit extra incentive.
Yeah, and that's kind of why I would almost try to go maybe Clay's idea is just because he's older, 36, 37, but he's still a good player. He can coach players. His contract probably won't be 10 million, probably be more like 7 million. But long story short, I feel like listen, Christian and Max need to play, man. They can coach players while they are, but you just need a guy that sits on the sideline, has playoff experience, helps talk to the defensive lineman players, man. And I feel like a Calais Campbell, Fletcher Cox in the D line would make the most sense. I believe we already have the players here to play. It's just keeping players in line and good technique. You know, so for me, that would be somebody I would look at for the DT. There's a guy, like I was sitting here saying, like I'll hop to the offense real quick because it's only one player I want to target in the offense, which is going to be Mecole Hardman. I think like for us with Mecole Hardman being out on the free agency, man, they're only targeting him for $4 million, man, and I would probably take him over Gallup, dude. Like if I'm just being honest, I mean, Mecole Hardman, dude, he's a really good inside slot and outside player. He's a little speed burner, man. And if you were to bring him here on our team, dude, and you had him and frickin' Tucker sitting on the outsides, dude, and brought you know, if you bring Jacoby or you bring Devontae up into the slot, dude, you still have frickin' Bauer that's still outside tight end. I mean, you can have so many dangerous rotations having a guy like Mecole Hardman in here. Mecole Hardman with the Tucker, with the frickin' Jacoby and Devontae. I mean, if we're talking about those four wide receivers as our starters, I mean, that's a fucking hell of a wide receiver room, in my opinion, man. And they all have their tangibles. I mean, every one of them have their tangibles. And no matter what, at the end of the day, we're going to have 5 wide receivers no matter what. So even if we end up with Gallup as our 5th wide receiver, I mean, what are we losing, dude? I mean, Hartman can kickoffs and returns, dude. He runs a 4.3 40. It's not like the lacks anything. He didn't have a good go with the Jets when he went there, but that's Nathaniel Hackett and all of them. I think he was like 1 reception for 6 yards while he was there, but he came back with he came back with frickin' Patrick Mahomes, man, and he went on and he still, even under Patrick Mahomes, he still came back. And you remember, like, that was like mid-season. He had 14 receptions for 118 yards, averaging 8.4 yards an average, man. I mean, he's known for just getting like decently long receptions. 37 is one of his longs, 36, 53, 49, 83 is his longest in 2019. He's just known to be like in that slot for the touchdowns. I mean, in 19 he had 6, in 2020 he had 4, or 20 he had 4, 2021 he had 2, 2022 he had 4. Last year he didn't have any. But the thing I look at him for is he would be like basically our wide receiver 4. He's a smaller player, which is a guy that can substitute for Tyree Tucker. So I mean, listen, it doesn't matter. Like, I get some people think like, well, if you get him, it can hurt the growth. No, it doesn't. Everybody has to have a substitute. Everybody does. It doesn't matter who their name is. Even Max Crosby has to have a substitute. So it doesn't matter if a dude's getting 50 snaps or if he's only getting 20 snaps. The 20 snaps are every bit productive as Tucker's are. And that's what matters at the end of the day. That's what matters at the end of the day, is having productive players all on the field at any given time. And I've said, if you have those type of players, that every time somebody goes out and somebody else comes in, we're going to be the most dangerous team in the NFL, man. We're not only going to be dangerous in the defense, we're going to be the most damn dangerous in the offense. And it doesn't take a superstar quarterback to manage players like these players all over the place. Everybody is everywhere, man. It's going to be a little impossible to be able to cover everybody. You know what I mean? William Upshaw, salute, bro. Appreciate you.
My friend
man. We're going to sweep the Chiefs this year. You watch. But long story short, I just think at the end of the day, if you can add a guy like Mecole Hardman to this roster with these receivers, with these tight ends, everything like that, we're going to be very, very dangerous. So I think, like I said, it's going to be very lethal team right there. I mean, and just like I said, every player that's going to look to these teams all have their individual tandems of why they're going to be dangerous to us. You know, I've said it. You don't need to go out and start getting solidified starters. For the most part, for every player that's here on our team are pretty much the starting players for our team. So there's, like I've said, I think Mecole Hardman and a player like Campbell or Cox, but I know we're not getting Cox, but Campbell would probably be the more ideal. But again, certain positions will need a starting type player, and the other positions just need a backup type player, and that's pretty much what it is. So I think at the end of the day, if we were to be able to pick up a Mecole Hardman, dude, $4 million and cut somebody else, like again, we have freaking Guyton and all those dudes that are still on the roster. Somebody's getting cut no matter what, so they're going to get cut in the offseason or in camp regardless. So I think getting a guy like Hartman, he's a guaranteed starter. He's a guaranteed starter for sure. And like I said, at the end of the day, he would solidify a position. The next guy I would look to go to is going to be Patrick Peterson. I think in the cornerback room, I don't believe that we need a starting cornerback. I believe that we just need a player that can substitute, bring leadership, can play safety, can play corner, still has the dog in him, and can guide the young peoples like Devin Shire, like frickin' Richardson, and the other people that we're bringing in. We have a lot of people that are really good in the cornerback group, man, that's going to make them really good. And having a leader type person like Patrick Peterson in there, we'd pay him about $7 million 1 year. And that's pretty much how I'd pick him up. And the thing about Peters is he plays safety and he plays corner. So he brings the dual threat in our secondary to be able to take over either side if somebody's struggling in there. Good player. He's a man press player. He's always been that way his whole entire time. The next person I would look to go to is a player called Rasheem Green. He's a defensive end and defensive end for the Bears. He's a young kid. He's not young, 28, 29, somewhere in there. Well, actually, let me think. I think he might be 27 if I remember right. I think Rasheem is 27. But long story short, the things that like about him is he's a rotational player. That's what you're going to want. You're going to want a defensive, the defensive tackle at the or defensive end for rotational. I think he'd be a phenomenal defensive and a rotational player. And to me, I think at the end of the day, man, we're just trying to fill in people. So like when Kuntz goes off, or Tyree has to rotate, or someone has to take in for Max. I mean, Rasheem Green would be a great option to be able to bring inside there. And I just think, like I said, when you have people like them that can go around and when you have people like them that can go around and fill in areas and things like that, I think that's a massive deal.
I apologize.
Massive need for those deals because that's what I feel at the end of the day is a massive need for us. If you put those type of players in there, you're making the depth, man, that's going to push us into the playoff. That when our players go out, those players come in and they have solidified gameplay. That guy has solidified gameplay. He's 34% of the snaps. He's a rotational player. Malcolm Kuntz is going to play a high percentage of the count. He's going to be 50, maybe 60%, dude, rotational. Tyree Wilson, and also rotate out with a guy like him. He plays about 34% of the snaps. The last guy I like that's a really good guy at the linebacker position is going to be fucking Tyus Bauer that comes from the Baltimore Ravens. He's 29 years old. The dude, he plays a little higher of the rotational snaps. He's about a 60% rotational snap player. But he's got great production, dude. The guy, listen, this guy right here can be a dangerous pickup because of the fact that he can most definitely push on Diablo about taking his fucking job if Diablo fucks up or isn't playing well, or he can also do it with Masterson. And that's kind of where we don't need an inside linebacker. We need more of an outside linebacker that can move around and pick up the slack. I've said when you have players like when you picked up Tommy and then you got frickin' Spillane and them already in that spot. Spillane's already solid, so you're not trying to rotate him out. He needs to stay in as much as physically possible. He's the lead linebacker, and then when you have a dude like frickin' Tommy, he's going to take command right behind him. They've already talked about him having green dot just as a rookie being picked. So, I mean, he was most definitely going to be mimicking after him. So that's why I think Bauer, man, would make the most sense in the outside edge because of the fact that he's going to bring the best presence. He's got the rotational play. He plays with Baltimore, dude. That's a very aggressive fucking type gameplay off of the edge, coverage and run. He would become he would be a phenomenal add to us, dude. He comes from a great division. He goes to the playoffs year in and year out. The kid plays behind some of the best players that's been there, especially Patrick Queen, Raquan Smith, so on. I mean, the guy's played with phenomenal players. And I'm just saying in the linebacker position, that's not even including DT or ends or DTs, so on like that. So that's all I would say is like every one of these players have a need, and I've said it there. You don't all have to be superstar players. We can most likely get most of these players without the exception of Cox, man, and we'd probably only be around 20 million, still with 20 million to go. I mean, Cox is about 10 million, so he would push us up around 29 million if we were to get all the players I said, if those exact players. We'd be around 29, but if we didn't sign Cox and just use that money to extend Malcolm Kuntz, would be just fine. I'd have zero issue with it. But I believe like getting the Miko Hardman, if he's an option, I would most definitely seek out that option. I mean, I've said with Tom Telesco, and I think this is where Tom makes his money. Tom makes his money right here, right now, because of the fact that if you look at all the Charger rosters, man, how they've been assembled and been built up, they always build up really good in the draft, and then they hit that shit in that free agency where they solidify that team around veteran players. I don't know if Tom Telesco's ever had a chance where he's had $41 million just chilling in the bank, so I think it's going to be a really big ad for him. I think it's a big ad for the team. I think let's ask ourselves, when was the last time that we had $41 million in our bank account at going into fucking free agency for the second time? Like, we're lucky if we had $40 million through the whole entire time. You know what I mean? So to sit here and have 41 million going into the second wave, I think it is massive. And I mean, like I've said, I think that Telesco has been doing a great job, and that's all we got to do is just keep it up. So for me, those would be my picks. You guys can talk on anybody you want for free agency, how you would see it. But for me, like I said, I feel like one, we need a veteran player that can go to the defensive tackle position and hold it down. I've said, like, and this is something I'll show you guys before you guys get going. The things for me is like the way I look at a lot of things is when you're talking about certain players or certain positions and certain areas. For instance, you go here with Titus. When you look at Titus's snap and so on, like here, you look at it throughout
Tyrus Bowers
most of his time here. When you look at their going to be or games played, this last year was 9%.
I think you're breaking up. Was it just me?
The year before he had 17.
Yeah, he's breaks. It's happening at times.
Yeah, your mic's
Your
cracking
mic's
up like robotic a little.
Break.
Your mic is
Yeah,
going robotic a
mic's
little.
acting robotical.
Well, either way, so long story short,
clear now.
when you look at his snap count, his snap count will show that over his time span, he's been more of the player to have a good percentage of snaps. So when you're looking over when he came in 17 till now, he played minimal snaps, and then he's done nothing but get better and better and better his whole entire time. His sack count's been pretty consistent. His tackles and his solos, everything is matched good for a rotational player. That's what we need, rotation player. And the thing about it is if this guy had to, he can most definitely 834 snaps just a year, 2 years back at 17 games played. So like I've said, if something was to happen with one of our linebackers and Diablo or Lim, this guy would be a great ad for a defensive, like for a backup player. And that's all I keep saying is like, I feel like for the most part for the Raiders, we've already got most of our starters. It's not about picking up the starters. It's about being able to fill in holes to protect the starters, So to me, I think, like I said, I think that we've got a good setup here. I just think making this $41 million has got to be spent right, or else it's going to hurt us pretty bad,
Yeah, great, bro. I mean, a lot of guys are saying like Campbell and Cox at the DT, then you got that guy there at linebacker, then you got Patrick Peterson at cornerback. I mean, the only other guy I consider like a veteran corner that can actually teach somebody something is probably Stephon Gilmore, but I'd definitely take Peterson for that role over Gilmore. But Gilmore would be like my second option if we couldn't get
Peterson. What Gilmore is the
he would also take away from
Gilmore's going to have to want to be a backup.
Yeah, exactly. That was the other thing I was going to say. It will take away from Jack Jones if we bring Gilmore in. I don't want that. So I don't want Jones to have to drop to the 2. I want him to stay at the 1. So I'd definitely take Peterson over Gilmore for that reason as well.
Yeah, and look at this. This is something about Peterson right here. Like for people to be like, oh, he's old and he's this or he's that. Look, dude. Peterson has played fucking his whole career at the 90% snap count. 96, 99, 91, 94, 96, 95, 99, 90, 95, 97.
Yeah, he's like a Max Crosby
last year.
Yeah, he's like a Max Crosby at the.
He had 2 fucking interceptions. This fool's fucking 34 years old, bro.
That's why the other day when we were talking, I said, remember we were playing Madden fucking on Madden and shit, and I said like I want Peterson because like you said, because his snap count is like Max's snap count. You know what I mean? But at the corner, at the secondary. Like him and Max both play like majority of the snaps, like over 90%. So that's the kind of guy I want to be the leader of the cornerback room. How Max is the leader of the D line, kind of thing, So 100% Peterson. And
So
then
go ahead.
Sorry, another guy that I'd probably add for the linebacking one, though, if we couldn't get that Bowser guy, because I agree Bowser is definitely the number one choice. But if we, just to say for hypothetical argument's sake, that we couldn't get him, like, who would my second choice be? As I was telling you this morning, my second choice would probably be David Mayo from Washington for that same kind of role, that backup veteran leadership and stuff. To trying to compete with Diablo and also to compete with Diablo and Masterson.
Yeah, because in those positions, you need somebody that is young enough to compete and to have some type of leadership with them.
And another one is my third choice would be Marcus Golden from Pittsburgh Steelers. He's another guy that could be like an older veteran guy, play rotational teaching kind of role, coach in the field kind of role as well. And he comes from the same system as Spillane too. So those guys would have like instant chemistry together at the linebacking spot because they came from the same team, the same scheme and everything.
That's someone I would want first off. Second of all, y'all talk about Madden. I'll whoop everybody at Madden. Okay. And number 3, I would take.
I already know I suck a man.
This guy over here, he'd be like, "I'll beat you in PvP
football." I know that
he
could be me because I'm fucking Toba Madden.
Hey, and we all know why Dustin. We all know why Dustin wants Fletcher Cox. Okay.
Oh boy.
Hey, we know why you do. Hey, did you tell your woman you're gay? I don't know if your woman knows that yet. But
She's glad she's in here laughing.
She finds out.
You want to know something?
You catch him in the bathroom too long, man, and he tells you he's watching football. I'd watch out.
Just so you guys know,
I had to throw that in. But I would take Patrick Peterson as a vet. I don't want Gilmore because he's gonna want the number 1 role, and then J.C. Jackson's gonna want $10+ million, and we're good on that, you know. So
and J.C. Jackson is somebody that the Raiders are pursuing. The Raiders are looking at getting J.C. Jackson, and they've been on J.C. Jackson's train for a while now. I posted a post about it a while back that said it.
That's true, and it's because he already has that thing with Telesco from being at the Chargers, and then he's another young guy you could put at cornerback too across from Jack Jones. So I get why they're doing it.
It's familiarity with Jack Jones, and injury is what plagued him with the Chargers.
Yeah, exactly.
What were you saying, Yonder?
I apologize to my friends. They don't know jack shit about football. One of them likes trolling. The other one likes talking trash.
Yeah, all right.
So
cool.
if they do that, I apologize for them.
That's good for them.
I feel bad for bringing them here. I'm sorry, guys.
Yeah. So what were you saying, Ozzy?
I was just saying, like, the one thing that I have with bringing J.C. Jackson, like, I get why they're doing it, but the only thing is, if you bring him in, he's definitely playing the number 2, at least the number 2 role. Like, he's gonna have to be like, you know, he's not going to be that veteran leadership guy. He's going to be like a player. If you get what I'm saying.
Oh yeah.
He's not really that veteran leadership like Patrick.
I think that's where we're at right here at the moment is trying to fill out the roster with the veteran leadership that can carry the team into the playoffs with the right leadership that's managing it from the sidelines and on the field. I've said that you have Max Crosby, Christian Wilkinson that can coach and teach, but they also need to play. They need to focus on playing more than they need to focus on teaching players right now. Like at this point, whoever wanted to get taught should have been taught during the off season. It's time to go to camp and go play now. It's time to take all that coaching you took in the off season and bring it to the field now.
Yeah,
so
put it on the field. Yeah.
I don't feel like we need enough players over here that we're bringing in. Like I was telling Ozzy earlier, I don't want to get dudes that are young and trying to compete for positions right now because I feel like we already have enough of that. I mean, the safety position, we have dudes like Paulo Smith, fucking Taylor.
And that's why I kind of don't want to get another young corner. I mean, if they do, I get why. It's because they want to solidify that corner 2 spot across from Jack Jones.
Yeah, and I've already said it. We already have enough people here. You have Sam Webb.
I agree, but I'm just saying, like, I can see both sides.
You have freaking Hall. You have fucking Richardson. You have Devonshire. You have fucking 15 corners here. Like, I mean,
Yeah,
you
that's
don't
why
go
I'm
and get
kind
that many
of.
corners because you're planning on signing a veteran corner. What would be the point? Like, what's the point of Tom Telesco's sense of saying, okay, let's go get 15 different corners if all his plan was to go sign fucking Marshawn Lattimore? It wouldn't make no sense. That's not what you do. You like in the linebacker position, we are weak at it, depleted right now. That's a position you can most definitely see a team making a trade for. You can't see when you're looking at the corner and there's fucking 12 cornerbacks on the roster and we drafted 3 of the fucking guys. Like that wouldn't make sense in those positions, man. Like what they're doing drafting wise doesn't back up them trading for somebody in that position. When you look at the linebacker position, I keep reiterating it. They had targeted a fucking middle linebacker, and we're still fucking depleted in outside linebackers. That's facts. So outside of it, there's no reason, like I said earlier about, Leonard. I said there's no point get Leonard, man. He's a fucking middle linebacker. Why would we go put a third linebacker there and focus to the outside people? You know, even like an Alex Barr, like you said. I mean, I like Alex Barr. I've been a huge fan of him, man. He's more of an edge rusher. He's more like
he's more of an edge rusher
player in that outside edge.
Yeah, that is true. He's more of a rusher and a run stopper. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's why I say with all of our people, you have Tyree that's an elite run stopper, dude. Yeah, look, I think, like I said, I think we're covered. Like when I look at the roster, I'm not sitting here saying like, "Damn, man, we need to go get a fucking elite starting DT," or "Man, we need an elite starting right in or DN or elite starting cornerback or not."
Yeah,
Jack
we don't
Jones
need starters.
is the
We
elite
need depth.
starter. Jack Jones is the starter.
That's facts. And then just to piggyback off what you're saying, just to be clear, like when it comes to linebackers, like my 1, 2, 3 would be like your guy, that Bowser guy from the Ravens. Then number 2 would be David Mayo from Washington, from the Commanders, and then number 3 would be Marcus Golden from Pittsburgh. Like that'd be my 1, 2, 3 of outside linebackers to go after. And then at the cornerback position, my number 1 would be Patrick Peterson, as you've talked on. My number 2 would be JC Jackson, unfortunately, just because he could solidify that corner 2 spot instantly. But then if you're doing that, you're instantly saying that you don't have faith in Jacorian Bennett at that point. That's what you're
I mean, you're saying you don't have faith in a lot of people because one, Jacorian Bennett ain't on the level as Richardson. Like, the Cameron Richardson is he's going to be
you're saying that you're telling me if you get JC Jackson, that tells me you're not starting Richardson, the guy we just drafted, either.
Well, and that wouldn't bother me, okay? JC Jackson's contract would be the defining factor of that. I've always said
that's why I said I can understand it.
The thing about Richardson is for me, I'm expecting him to start. But for the reality of who he is, it wouldn't hurt him to sit a year and develop. Like, there's nothing that would hurt him.
I'll talk to this guy on Chris's chat and other people's chat. He's a good dude. This Raider Rebel. Salute Raider Rebel.
Salute Rebel. But that's all I say.
Have a beer.
Everybody's the way that you pick up people or the way that we target people just has to depend on how we're looking at things in general. You know, like I've said, if you go after like a JC Jackson, all it tells me is the 2 things. One, he's had his best years with with JC Jackson under beside him. So to sit there and just say like in a cornerback's mind, I've played safety a lot, so I just know like how they think about in the corner. One thing about a corner is the less he has to pay attention to the opposite side of the field, the better off he is over here. So if he's paying attention to only what he's doing, like I said, man press, what we are known for, man corners, like they're designated to their player and their side of the fields of where they're going. So I think if you get a JC Jackson, I think the only thing the only thing that would solidify that is it's just familiarity. I think it's familiarity. They both play very well together. Like you have to look at it from JC Jackson's standpoint when he got to Chicago or to Chargers. One, he was there with Staley, which was garbage as fuck. He hasn't really had any success with anybody. I've literally said, like, when you look at Samuel over there, he came out of the NFL with that caliber of eliteness. It wasn't like they taught it to him.
Are you talking
He
about
already
Santi Samuel?
Yeah, Samuel
Someone-
already
yeah.
had that caliber of
Yeah, guys, he
cornerback.
was like that in college, man. He was a dog in college.
Yeah, he was a
that's
dog like a motherfucker. So when you're
Yeah.
looking at injury, you're looking at a lot of things that plagued into there. I think
All right,
sometimes certain things didn't pan out to start out, but at the end of the day, man, if you're telling me we're getting JC Jackson at $10 million, dude, and he's still a
I'll
fucking
take it.
starting caliber corner.
Yeah,
The
I'll
only
take
thing
that.
that's happened is he's got paid and he kind of fell off a little bit, but listen, he's way better than Adoree Jackson. Like, I don't know why people are advocating Adoree Jackson to even begin with. Like, I'm cool on that fucking dude. I'll pass on him all day long. I'll take Patrick Peterson than Adoree Jackson. Patrick Peterson's leadership in the corner and safety position trumps Adoree Jackson's ass. I'll roll with Richardson or Devonshire or fucking the UDFA that we picked up. Like, I'm not trying to roll with fucking Adoree Jackson.
Fucking Rudy.
I think
On the
there's
French
certain
newspaper,
players-
fuck Adoree Jackson.
Yeah, I think there's certain players that I just would rather stay away from. And this is the thing about certain content creators. Like, I get it. They all pick their picks, dude, just like we do here or not. But, I mean, come on, man. I mean, I don't even know why that dude's on anybody's list, dude. But, again, it is what it is. I think that dude's had, like, what, one interception fucking most of his career every year? Like, fuck, one pick don't change nobody, man. I'm sorry. I'm good on that. Fucking Patrick Peterson getting 2 a year at fucking 34 years old, dude. Like, I'm cool. And just like I was saying, Patrick Peterson plays 97% of his snaps at 33 years old, dude. Like, I'm rolling with Patrick Peterson over Dory all day long. I don't give a fuck, because I have faith in our young people, dude. And I've said it. If we don't go after somebody like a Stephon Gilmore or a freaking or a younger type player, Marshawn Lattimore, people of those factors, Cameron Richardson is going to be just fine. I've said he has the second highest RAS score in the draft, dude. The kid is a very savvy player. He's strong. He's fast. He's got dog as fucking him, dude. And when he starts putting the fear in players, the thing that I guess what a lot of people don't understand about football is a lot of it is played off mental and fear, man. Like, for instance, if you know that you're facing up a corner that's weak as fuck and that you're a big receiver, you don't fear that corner. You don't fear his hit. You don't fear his presence in that field. You don't fear shit. Well, guess what? Motherfucking Richardson, he gonna make people start fearing him. That kid will lay the fucking wood straight to dudes, and that wide receiver, from when he's used to looking up like this and just catching the ball because he's not scared, guess what that receiver is gonna do? He's gonna start doing this shit. He's gonna start fucking being like, is he getting there? Is he there? Like, and then he's gonna lose focus of the ball, dude, and just his presence alone is gonna start fucking doing it. Dudes like fucking Richardson is going to start fucking scaring motherfuckers. It's just like Jackson, dude, and it's just like how he did it against the Chargers, and just like he did it against Patrick Mahomes. These guys have presence. Like Charles Woodson's had the phenomenal presence of fucking jumping gaps on slant plays all the fucking time and pick sixes to the house. You go look over there at Jackson or Jack Jones. He has the same fucking presence. This dude reads tape like a motherfucker. He studies shit just like Woodson on hopping the gap. When you play as a Raider, that gap play right there, when you jump that 5-yard line to catch the ball behind the backfield like that, that's been our motto for years. It's been with Rod Woodson, Charles Woodson, fucking what's his name, Eric Allen, numerous fucking corners that's come through us, Tim Brown, fucking all kinds of dudes that's put on our uniform have been phenomenal at that exact play route, dude. So for me, I've said it. Jack Jones is the one. I don't know even why anybody would advocate it.
Yeah, I've been saying that since we did back-to-back games against the Chargers and the Chiefs, man. Back-to-back games. I don't give a fuck who you're playing, like what quarterback you're playing or whatever. If you're doing that shit in back-to-back games like that, that shows you something.
Yeah, I've said his presence.
Because it wasn't like he just did it in 2 random games. He literally did it back-to-back weeks. The same thing to the Chargers and against Patrick Mahomes a week later. Like, so I don't give a fuck what no one says. Jack Jones is the period cornerback 1. If you can do that shit back-to-back, like you can back it up the following week, it's not just like a fluke. Then that shows that it's not just a fluke. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I've said I think freaking what do you say? No
Oh
one's
shit, my.
hair on your balls, tequila is a girl's drink. You guys, I swear, I don't know why you guys have gay conversations. And that's never read the chat.
Hey, that's you. You're
that
Death
ain't
Star
me.
reporter. That's
No,
you,
That's
bro.
me. I said it. I wrote
it's
that
Ozzy.
shit. I
It's
wrote that
Ozzy.
shit.
He's on the same
Yeah.
channel, so he's
Yeah, I'm on the
messaging
same
you and
channel.
popping it on all our shit.
Yeah, sorry, man. That was me.
Yeah, you
That was
can
me.
change that. All he's got to do is just click on his link,
Well,
and
no,
when
but
he,
you see, no,
he's clicking on all 3 links when he's messaging is
my
why.
well,
Hey,
like, I
Dustin.
actually know in real life.
Dustin.
Yeah, like right here down in the bottom next to the post comment, it'll
Oh,
say
yeah.
all,
All right, yeah.
or
I've
anything.
seen it now.
William Upshaw, I know
Yeah,
in
yeah.
real life. He's a good dude.
I'll change it.
here.
Hey,
He's
guys.
actually a good dude. I know him in real life. He's a really cool dude.
Guys, it's okay. We all know that Dustin likes White Claw.
Hey, it's okay. We all know Tori has an animated passenger
Hey,
over
here's
there
my
talking.
beer. Here's my beer.
Animated passenger.
Hey, Tori got his blow up doll over in the passenger seat.
This is my beer right here, Coca-Cola. I'm addicted to this shit.
Tori got weirdo shit and cruising around town with the blow up doll now. He's like, "What's
Oh
up?"
boy.
Hey, he put Siri over there. He was like, "What's up, Siri?" Sorry, he changed her name. Oh, fuck.
Oh
Yeah,
boy.
that was my bad. I fixed it now, so it's just me. When I write a comment now, it's just me. My bad.
Funny.
It's all me laugh now. Fuck.
Nah, but that's all I
Dustin
would
made
say
me
is,
cry.
like, I would just
You
say,
almost
like,
made me crash.
I think at the end of the day, when people are trying
Oh
to study our
shit, he
team or try to
did?
talk about our team, I think they got to know the history of the team and the players. That way, then when they look at the history and the team, then they can advocate the position. See, too many people out here, as in content creators or people just in general trying to cover the
What?
Raiders,
That's what I'm
keep
trying to tell
advocating
them.
starter players at positions that we already have starting players. Why would you go get a starting right in or any type of DN? You're not looking for a starting DN. You already have Malcolm Kuntz and you have fucking Max
3 of them.
Crosby.
You
And
got
if you
3.
get a
Yeah,
starting
technically you got
DN,
3.
if you get a starting DN, yes, with Tyree Wilson, and if you get
Yeah.
if you get another DN, then you're going to suffocate Kuntz's production and his deal that he's been doing for the last few years. You're not going to do that, nor is AP going to do that, or anybody else. So that's all I keep saying. When you look at the DT position, it's again, you're not going to try to get a starting player there because of the fact Christian Wilkins is the dog of that motherfucking room. You don't bring in 2 pit bulls, put them in the same room, they're going to end up fighting each other, you know. So the idea is to bring somebody that knows, hey, my time's coming short here in the NFL. I want to still be part of it. I need to coach it to be able to play, and I still want to play and coach. So there's players like that all over the place, dude, that want to do that shit. It's just like I've said about Fletcher Cox, dude. Depending on the only reason why I don't think anybody will ever get Fletcher Cox out of retirement is because of the fact that he was drafted by the Eagles. He retired as an Eagle. And when dudes do that, it's very hard to get them to want to up and change, you know, come back out, go to another team. Then they got to reset back to retire with their team again. That kind of stuff's a little hard, but don't get me wrong. It has been done and it could be done. But that's why I said, you know, you look at Peters, dude. Peters is a fucking dog. Look at it like this. Any young buck like fucking Jack Jones wants to get to a point, dude, where, you know, his smile turns into fucking anger. And then he wants to say something to somebody. Guess who's going to be right there to challenge that motherfucker and be like, what's up, boy? Like, that's sometimes what you need. The neutral zone, the defining factor that puts people in their place, just like Max. If anybody gets out of line, Max is going to step up. See, Max is the key holder, just like if he's in prison, jail, or anything like that. If something happens in that locker room, that's when Max is going to step up, no matter what fucking position it is, no matter if it's TNT, fucking linebacker, safety, or not. Max,
Echo now. Wow.
hey, he has the keys to the whole entire building. So that's, I've always said, in prison, he's the key holder, man, and that's just straight facts. So everybody else in those deals is you're getting them for positional need. Like I said, Peters is a veteran player that knows how to keep players honest and keep them in position, and sees somebody like a Bennett struggling and can help him out. We don't have a guy that can help Bennett out. So the odds are, if the cornerback coach can't develop Bennett, yes, he will his attendance will be to fail. And yes, there are people that'll say Bennett's a failure and he's going to drop because he was ranked 125 of 127 and he's not going to have a good career. Well, I want to go off of that motto. I mean, what I would say is one, first get educated before we go to that conversation, because if we want to just be real and real conversation, guess who else was ranked in the last of their class in their first year? Tom fucking Brady. He was ranked 125, 127. Guess who else was ranked in the last of their class? Fucking Devontae Adams. He was the 4th worst fucking wide receiver in his first year class. Dude, he was ranked like 157 of like 163. So, and then guess who else was fucking ranked shit ass motherfucker in his first year? Max fucking Crosby, ranked 2nd worst DN in the fucking NFL. Like, all kinds of players go through their deals. It's not about if, come out and just succeed right from the get-go. Look, if Jacorian Bennett has the tendency to be able to change his destiny right here, right now, man, and if he does, he'll be on the same path as Devontae, Tom Brady, Max, and all other great players that have struggled from the back to come to the front. Not everybody just starts off in the front and stays in the front, dude. Like NASCAR should be the proven example, dude. Some people fall to the back of the pack, dude, so they can wait for other people to fucking burn out, wreck out, and then go to the front,
That's why I always say I give players 3 years. Like 3 years is the end of the 3rd season is when you see who they really are. And that's why I'd like right now, Diablo's at that point where if he doesn't show up this year, he's probably going to not be here next year. Like, because Diablo's good at stopping the run, but he's not the greatest in coverage, which is kind of, like that's not good when you're coming from an ex-safety background. So, Diablo needs to pick it up a lot.
This is what people don't understand is they don't understand that you find your gems in the later rounds. That's what made the Patriots so dangerous was they were finding their guys in the later rounds where they didn't have to pay people a lot of money. And that's why they were able to sustain success. And that's what the Chiefs are going to struggle with Mahomes wanting $60 million a year, And that's why Brady was so smart because, I mean, he was getting paid $25 million every year so he could build the roster around himself. Look what LeBron did when he was in Miami. Same thing. That's the way to do it.
And this is the time for us to do it because we have $41 fucking million on the books after we've already picked up big players and filled our roster. We already got 91 motherfucking 90.
I've already got Wilkins, like Christian Wilkins as well, like on the books, and we still got 40 million left over. Like, and that's like you said, that's why we just need those depth, veteran leadership type players like a Patrick Peterson or a fucking that dude from the Ravens, the linebacker, or fucking maybe another Fletcher Cox, just to have that extra veteran leadership in the thing, so it's not all on Wilkins and Max's shoulders on the D line. Like,
and again, it could be a guy like May that would probably make more sense. Fletcher Cox is probably like a 0%. It's just the reason I put him on there, and the reason I'm using him is because the leadership of him is consistency. He's never fallen off as a player. He's never fallen off. Dude's 34 years old and still a dirt stomp fucking 95% of the NFL easily. Fletcher has never fallen off, dude. Like, there's certain players that start their career and end their career the same.
That's facts. I've wanted that. I've wanted Fletcher Cox every time he's hit free agency, but the Eagles always re-signed him.
You guys know that? Do you guys know in 2021 at the deadline, Mayock tried to trade for him?
Yeah.
I remember. That's what I'm saying. I was hoping that was the year we might finally get him, but then he went back to the Eagles. So.
Oops, and Camo fell.
Which I don't blame him.
But yeah, dude, one thing. This is kind of off topic, but it made me think about it when Dustin was talking about Tom Telesco. One thing that I think where Mark Davis hit a gem and where he was making his mistakes before was when he hired Josh and Dave, he hired 2 inexperienced people. Now you got, and Josh he's not inexperienced, but he is as a head coach. He only had 1 tenure, but now he has a experienced GM with a inexperienced head coach. And I think the way to do it you could do it either way, but the way I would prefer to do it is I'm big on culture. Everybody knows that knows me. And when you have a head coach that can focus on the locker room and focus on that kind of stuff like AP can, and then let the coordinators do their thing, I think that's a recipe for success. So Mark Davis hit that out of the park.
Behind you.
Yeah, I agree, Tori. Like we put it.
That's totally fair.
I mean, Dustin spoke on it. We spoke on a lot here on DSR like last year, saying that like if before AP was hired, we said if they do hire AP, that they have to put experienced guys around to help them out.
Again.
And that's exactly what they've done with guys like Marvin Lewis. Then you got the quarterback like Rich Scarecrow, the quarterback's coach for 7 years experience. You got freaking what do you call it? Our DC Patrick Graham. He's got like fucking I think 12 or 13 years as a DC, as a defensive side of the ball. Then you also got guys like Joe Philbin and fucking whoever else, man. Like all these guys have got like 20 years experience. Gerald Alexander, the safety coach, he's got like 20 years experience. So there's just so much experience at all the all the assistant coaches have so much experience around AP to help him out, which is good.
Facts. And the things that he wasn't good at this year when he was the intern, he hired people that are good at those things, and that's the way you got to do it.
Yeah, that's
like when I'm a head coach for basketball, there's things that I'm not good at. So when I'm not good at those things, I'm gonna that are good at those things. That's how you do it.
Yeah, that's facts, and that's one thing I do respect. That's one of the things I respect about AP is he admitted like there's things I don't know, and then I'll go to people to learn that shit, and that's what a man does. A man admits what he doesn't know, and then he goes to someone that does know and learns from them. That's what you do.
Yeah, that's literally what I'm doing now.
That's what I respect about AP is he's willing to admit like there's things I don't know. I'm willing to go and get some help with the things like assistant coaches that do know it, and then learn from them. Like that's how you got to do it if you're gonna go the route that we're going. I have no issue with that.
Yeah, that's literally what I'm doing with you guys right now.
The only issue I had before we hired AP when when we didn't know whether they're going to hire him or not is that it's the only question I had is like who are you going to put around him to help him out because it's a first year head coach. But they did exactly what Dustin and I talked about, and that was putting guys around AP to help him out. So that way AP can focus on the culture, the energy of the team, and as he's learning that other things of being a head coach.
Facts, and that's what I was just trying to say. And that and the personality of AP, that's huge for him, And like Dustin nailed it out of the park.
Yeah.
When I was on the show, he nailed that on Monday when he said that AP is like what John Gruden was. He's a Raider, and that's what we freaking need,
That's straight facts right there. He is 100% just like John. High energy, hold people accountable, dude. Like he ain't gonna take no shit. It's like John Gruden was a great dude to his players, but he will be the first motherfucker to hold you accountable, and that's why people feared him and respected him all at the same time. And no matter what, when all that bullshit came out and people were trying to tarnish John and saying he was racist and all this shit. Look at all those players that came out that said, hell, fuck no. They said John Gruden might be a dick, but he ain't racist in any way. Like, it's just like I said, a lot of people try to change narrative or things that I spoke about this about the Raiders 100 times. There's certain people that know how to change the Raiders because of what they do. I said John Gruden wasn't coincidence. It wasn't coincidence when John Gruden came in 98 and changed us the way he did, and it wasn't coincidence that when John Gruden came back in 2018 and changed us again. It was not coincidence.
2018.
Everybody and their mom was here. Everybody and their mom was here. They all came here, coaches, players, all these people, and guess what? They fucking couldn't get it done. John Gruden got here 3 years later, already had us pushing back for a fucking playoff. So,
son?
Yeah, exactly. Because it's like 2018, 2019, and then 2020, then 2021, we finally made it back. But each year, you could see the progress eugh year.
Dude, and every year he got good players. He got Josh Jacobs in the 1 year. He got
Henry Ruggs.
fucking Henry Ruggs. They all got good players over the time
Well-
span. It wasn't like they just sucked ass in the players, dude. And I mean,
That's facts. And if it wasn't for
One-
that stupid accident, Henry Ruggs would have been a superstar in this
I
league.
think
Yeah.
Morick was their pick too, wasn't he? Wasn't Morick?
Yeah,
their
Morick was
last
their pick. Yeah, because
Yeah.
the last pick was in under Gus when we had Gus Bradley
Yeah.
as the DC.
I literally, I literally didn't know much about
Go take a peek.
the whole players and all that, about
Yeah.
all that. So that's
When you
why
need to do it,
I literally was like, okay, I need to find people who know and all that shit. So that's literally what I'm doing right now is learning from you guys about
When you
all
eat a
this.
lot of food, it's gonna give you stomachache.
Amazing. It's
You can't eat too
it's,
much.
it's,
The oldest memory,
What did you eat?
the oldest memory I have of football is when we had the Super Bowl against the Bucks, and then I saw fucking Rich Gannon look over to Bill Callahan like, "What the fuck? Like, why won't you let me fucking audible out the fucking
Yeah.
play?" Because John
Yeah,
Gruden knew every fucking
I
thing we
was
were gonna run.
young when that happened. I was like so a baby, I think, when that happened. Like,
'Cause
a
I was
toddler
literally-
baby.
I was pissed off about 3 or 4 years after that loss in the Super Bowl. And it was just the
Yeah.
way it happened. It was fucking
Yeah,
rigged as fuck.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, looking back at that,
Bill
from
Callahan's a
years
piece of
back, it was
shit.
kind of off.
Yeah, Bill
Something was
Callahan's a
off
piece
on
of
that.
shit. Bill Callahan did not want the Raiders to even win that Super Bowl. Like because he was in his feelings that John Gruden got traded by Al, and then he did not change one thing in the playbook at all. And then John Gruden knew exactly what we were going to do every time we lined up on offense. And then every time that Rich Gannon tried to do something that was off script, like outside of the playbook, Bill Callahan gave him looks from the sideline and got all pissed off at him because he wanted us to lose.
That Super Bowl was off to me. Watching videos on that, it was just something was off on that.
Because a lot of the time I can't remember a lot of shit, but that shit is one of the things I won't ever fucking forget.
Yeah.
'Cause I had a lot of shit going on at that time. But
I wouldn't even remember if I watched it or not. That was fuck.
because that was like
I
2003, so that was
I
like
was like 2
my
years
third year of
old.
high school.
I
Yeah,
believe
so-
I was 2 years old when that.
Yeah, you
happened.
probably wouldn't remember it because for me
Exactly.
it was 2003.
I was like a toddler or baby when that happened.
Yeah, see, I was about
I was
what
like, fuck.
17, I think, when that happened. I think it was 17.
Yeah. Yeah, I have no idea. I was like, shit. I think all I would be able to say was Goo Goo Gaga.
Pretty much.
That's basically it.
But
Yeah.
that's the most rigged fucking game I ever watched in my life.
Yeah. Yeah, for me, I felt.
Anyway, let's get back to the
watching
topic today.
videos on that. Something was definitely off about.
Yeah, sorry, I was talking about the last Super Bowl the Raiders are in.
Yeah,
Anyway, let's get back to the
Super Bowl.
topics at hand.
No, I don't have that good of a gun.
All right. So, what were we talking about? What were we doing?
Oh,
I was just saying, like, how I hate Bill Callahan, and let's talk about 2002, 2003 Super Bowl.
for me, before that though, I was talking about.
Because you were saying,
about
what, I was going off what you were
learning
saying
from
before.
guys
And it kind of-
about all this.
I
yeah,
was talking about AP and how he's
And
like
John Gruden,
John Gruden
Yeah.
and shit.
yeah.
But
So
that's
I
why I
was
say
talking about
like,
that era.
certain people are gonna always know how to. Certain people are gonna always know how to know the Raider mystique. That's why so many people advocate not to just sell the team to anybody. Why so many people advocate that not everybody can know the Raider way. Not everybody can coach it. That's why when you see people like Josh McDaniels or high, mystique names, man, if they don't know the tradition and if they don't know who we are, they don't know how to get us back to what we know. I've said it,
Yeah.
dude. I like Aiden, dude. He has a great arm. He's very accurate. He's a pocket passer. He'll learn to move around within the pocket. That's not going to be a problem. I don't see that being an issue. The thing
What's
about
that
him
for
is
Aiden?
he can stretch players right off the beginning of the game. Say hike and throw the ball fucking 70 yards right downfield. I mean, And again, just like Tom Brady reiterated time and time again, right after he won 3 Super Bowls, and they asked him, like, hey, are you worried about not being able to throw the ball 70 yards? And he said, hey, I can throw the ball 70 yards downfield. But he said, let's be real. How many times are you going to do that in a game? Maybe once, and maybe not at all. You know, he said the most realistic passes you're going to make while you're playing the game is around 30, 40-yard plays. That's where you need to be the most accurate and most consistent. So when you listen to the things that Tom Brady says, it just lines up just like with a lot of shit I've been speaking about for a long time is that too many people look like you're going to be throwing the ball 80 yards every play. You're not. Most average plays are 5 and 10-yard plays, dude. I mean, go back, look at a lot of Davante Adams plays last year. Yeah, did he have some plays over the 20-yard deal? Yeah, he has, but a lot of players don't have those. A lot of players get the ball at a 5 and 10-yard plays in either slant routes or out routes or curl routes, and then once they get the ball, it's up to the playmaker to get it out off that one dude and then take off for 50, 60 fucking yards. I mean, let's be real. Look at fucking.
Yeah, that's nice because most NFL defenses are always going to have like at least 1 or 2 safeties back. So most of the time you're throwing deep anyway.
I mean, look at Stenham, dude. Stenham was inside against the Niners, dude. Dropped off to the left side of the field, dude. Fucking, he hiked the ball, dropped to the left side, waited a few minutes. Davante was in a little slant play out towards the outside. He was about 10 yards out. Fucking Stenham dropped it to him right before he got leveled into the dirt, and Davante took it for like 60 yards to the house. You know, like
yeah, exactly. Most of it yak yards.
Yep, that's exactly who Davante is. He beats his players en route and takes it to the house. I mean, that's why I've said a lot of people are mistaking how the game is played. Like, you're not sitting out there just dropping 70-yard bombs every single time. You're gonna
that's those plays that the 70-yard bomb plays that you're mentioning. It's like you say, those are like once in a while plays that you have to set up with multiple plays beforehand. That's why it's like a chess match. Like, just in order to set up, like, even to open up, say, Trey Tucker down the seam or down sideline or some shit like that, you have to do multiple short plays before that in order to like bring the safeties
slants and drags, or it's gonna be play action. It's gonna lead to play action. They're gonna start running the ball. Run, play action, deep pass to your players.
Yeah,
like, you have to get people to suck out of the position. If your linebackers are playing off every single time, the only way to get them off is to start running, because then they have to come down and commit. And then when they're committing into the run, that's where the play action comes off, because these guys are committing in the run. They act like they're giving a fucking fake fucking handoff. The halfback chips off the linebacker or the DT that's coming through. The quarterback turns around more times than not. He can have a quick pass right to his tight end that's right over the linebacker that just committed, or he's got a one-on-one with his receiver in the outside, and more times than not, they're going to beat him. Ask Randy Moss. He did it for years, dude. Like, there's a lot of places that, like I've said, then we have people like AP that played with Randy Moss, and all of them, you can feed off of each other, man. Get to pounding the ball, fucking make people commit down. Randy Moss going to be wide open out there in the open field, you know? And it's not even that. They had, who'd they have? Like Vince Carter. They had all kind of people in those times. They had fucking Dante Culpepper. They had some badass people, dude. So it's not like a lot of these teams just go out. If you get to pass, like, look, even if you go short pass, it's still the problem about short pass, there's still corner or safety on your receiver on the outside. Short passes have nothing to do with how it's going to go deep, because at the end of the day, when the defense knows pass, the safety is going to stay over the back every single time. He's not going to commit. He's not going to come down. Look, there's times where you'll watch in formation, the safeties sit in the backfield just like this, and sometimes it's one dude in the backfield just like this. And that's where it gets the most dangerous type for a fucking guy, because these can be home run touchdowns right here. If you get a safety over the single high safety over the top of the backfield, and you get these dudes down here that's run, and he's playing over the top, and now you have your baseline that's sitting here, which is like Bear, things of those factors that are trying to commit onto the run to get all these people present down. They're just keeping the single high. They're keeping single high over the top, just in fucking case, right? But now get a Peyton Manning motherfucker up in there that knows how to predict and read fucking defenses. He sees the single high safety over the top. He audibles a player that's probably a block player that's on the line because they have bear defense that's down onto the line. So now Peyton takes a gamble. He's going to take a risk. Is what he's going to do is he's going to call out that safety up there. See, the safety stays committed over the top of the backfield. You want to know why? Because the offense is running. He's run. So he gets to predict, is it to the outside, to this side, or the inside? He knows the way every single time. He's the defining factor of you going anywhere to the house or not. 90% of the time that the guy that's in that backfield probably has like a 90% tackle rate. Like, you're not getting by that dude in the open field because that's why he's back there. But the thing is that when you get a Peyton Manning type player that sees that player and he can identify that player, and he gets a fucking tight end player that's over here, or even an offensive line that he can call eligible to give into the pass play, experienced quarterbacks will sucker motherfuckers like that. And what he'll do is he'll audible his play. He's going to format or change out the tight end or an offensive lineman, and he's going to boot him to the outside. Well, there was never a guy on the outside. So now what it has to do is, and depending on if they're playing man or they're playing zone, depending on how the play is, it's going to force the corner that's on the receiver out here to up and pick up and have to move with the lineman. Now when that player picks up, it leaves this receiver fucking open. Now what happens is the single high safety has to drop down. Now it becomes bare line. Like, that's no man's land. That's a no man's land. Like, that's free zone right there. And what happens in those deals is, and especially with the Peyton Manning type player, it can go one of two fucking ways, man. And this is probably the most likely way that it'll happen. He'll check down the player and he'll call it dead. He'll call the play dead. He'll dead. And then the line knows. But the problem is safety can't commit to the backfield because he still has to stay under the receiver, and the offensive lineman or the tight end's been audible to the outside, so he's still eligible, so you can't move off of him. Peyton, it's checkmate now. It's checkmate because now this is what happens. Peyton can run the ball and he'll play action the ball, dude. And what he's going to do is play action, and he's going to wheelhouse his halfback right over the top of the linebacker. And he's gonna get one-on-one with the linebacker in a halfback. The halfback probably gonna win that fucking route more times than not, especially in the speed route. If it's just a type of run coverage type linebacker, which 80% of the NFL are. All of those plays
sorry to interrupt. I just want to.
I just want to add let me say something. Let me say something. Go ahead, Ozzy, and then I'll say something after you.
Yeah, I just wanted to say what you were saying there about the halfback, Dustin. That's exactly why we picked up Dylan Lube right there.
Yeah, right.
That's exactly the role.
That's why we're going to keep Alexander Madison. That's why we're going to keep all those dudes, because all of them have a catching radius in the backfield over and over.
Right. Yeah.
And I said, when you want to play chess, not checkers. That's how you play those motherfuckers like that. You play them out of their spot. And if it's been noticed as a run every time Peyton Manning calls play action, the fucking line commits on the run, he gets his tight end or halfback over the top, it's touchdown. There's nobody over
it'll be him or it'll be him or Bowers. Because Bowers can do that that guy as well. Him or Bowers. I mean, I bet you 90% of the time.
And here's my thing.
Bowers or Abdullah in that spot right there.
Or you just put Tucker inside and
here's the thing.
Downfield when they say hi.
Yeah, true. Yeah, if it's play action, if it's
and here's the thing. What
receiver there, like Nico Hardman or Tucker, because when you say hike, the quarterback has to turn. He has to turn back to fake hand off the ball. So then the halfback has to cover as if he has the ball. So in those motion, the motion of hike to here, he has to cover. The quarterback has to move off, so he's covering. So it takes a split second. If you have speed receiver here, there's no single high safety over the top. This receiver is on tight end. This receiver is on a linebacker. He's smoking him. He's gonna smoke him. And
especially you got good protection.
Fuck, all Aiden's got to do is this. The second that Aiden turns with the fake, Aiden can turn off his back foot and just chuck the ball up in the fucking air, and Tyree's already going to be 15 yards down. Tyree just got to look for the ball. Like,
I mean,
Even
Trey.
if Aiden's getting sacked, even if they got the pressure
Dustin,
on him, they're
you're
gonna sack him to the
ice
ground. He
on
gonna
it.
just go right over the top of him and adios, motherfucker. So,
And
what were you gonna
and
say,
here's
Corey?
the thing I wanted to say. Sorry, I mean to interrupt you guys, but you guys are
You're
cutting
good.
out, and I thought you guys were stopped talking.
Well, we all
But
talk. I'll
what
just
does
talk.
when Dustin was talking about the 2 safety high, that's what the issue was with our fucking offense. But when Jimmy was quarterback, Jimmy was not throwing the ball deep, so everybody knew we were gonna fucking run the ball. And then they're stacking the box, and that's what happened in the Bills game. And everybody was like, "No, it was the line." No, motherfucker, they were stacking the box, and Jimmy wouldn't throw deep because he has no fucking balls.
Jimmy
And then
Noodle
they were
Arm.
just,
Kept the safeties over the top in that one, so if Jimmy
exactly,
tried to, they'd pick his ass off, dude. See,
exactly.
the only way that Jimmy could have beat those guys wasn't going to be about going deep. What Jimmy would have had to do to beat them in logic sense was to outplay the linebackers. That's it. He just had to find the spot where the DNs and the linebackers were blitzing, and they needed to send people there. Like they needed to send a tight end, a corner, or a tight end wide receiver whenever the pressure breaks in, and say that it's the linebackers and the DNs that are blitzing the box. If you just put a guy in a little slant right there and just open over him, that's where you go big on players like that. The problem is Jimmy's got to identify that, stay in the pocket, not get pressured, not get claustrophobic, see all the progressions in split second.
And not just that, the other problem with Jimmy is his intermediate passing wasn't great either. Like anything
What
that
I
was
was
over
gonna
like
say,
10
that's
yards,
why him and fucking Jimmy. That's why I kept saying him and Gardner are fucking.
You said Gardner, so let's bring that shit up then.
I said Gardner is the fucking same as Jimmy.
It is. That was my next topic after Aiden, so I must bring that up soon. But we're on that topic now.
And hold on, let me finish with this. And that's why Derek and Adams were fucking killing it towards the end of the year. Was people were stacking the box because Josh was going off, and then Derek would just freaking fling it to Adams.
Yep. Because you need someone that can get it over the top or over the intermediate, over the linebackers. Like Dustin was just saying. But I wanted to show this play here that I was showing you guys earlier off the camera before we started the show, because this is a perfect example of why I've been saying the whole time, just like Dustin's been saying the whole time, that Aiden O'Connell will be starting, not Gardner. This pass right here, I mean, I'll just say it because, anyone can miss a pass. Like me and Dustin kind of talking about that. But it's just, if you look at this pass, it just reminds you so much of a Jimmy pass. It's not funny. Anyway, I'll bring it up. Just a minute. Okay. So this is the pass. It's this play right here. So you can see he's on the 20, about the 20-yard line. Just outside of their end zone, right? First of all, they had a false. Maybe we had to take it. I think I have to take it back now. It might be just before the false start. Yeah. Sorry, guys. Just a minute. I thought I had it at the right spot. Come on, you fucking nagging motherfucker. Is it this one or the next play? Oh, it's the next play. Hang on. Next one. I think it's this one. So he rolls out, throws the sideline, fully overthrows the guy right there. If he hits his target right there, that's a touchdown. That is a touchdown. That is just like the touchdown that Aiden O'Connell threw to Michael Mayer. So he overthrows this guy way too wide, and that's only about 10 yards downfield. That right there, I mean, anyone can miss a pass. It's true, you're out on the road, but that's kind of.
I mean, that pass is for the playoffs right there. That pass is.
This is week 18. So at this point, but my point is, at this point in time, Minshew has all the fucking chemistry with the team. That's a false start right there. He has all the chemistry with the team. It's week 18. He's played. This is game 15 as him as the starter, and he's still getting false starts. He's still overthrowing players too wide. It's just like what Jimmy G did last year.
He has a great roster. This dude got a great roster.
Has a great roster. Let's be clear about this roster. They have Jonathan Taylor, Zach Moss, Mo Ali Cox at running back, Mo Ali Cox at tight end, fucking Michael Pittman Jr. as wide receiver 1, Josh Downs as wide receiver 2, fucking Alec Pierce as wide receiver 3. They also have a top 3 offensive line in the league. You can't ask for more than that.
They had a great team over there, dude. That's why when everybody
if
kept
people
saying
are-
that shit, I was like, bro, I don't know what the hell you mean. This guy don't got Devontae and Jacobs. He got Pittman and fucking Taylor and
Yeah,
Zach
and this is
Moss.
week
Zach
18
Moss was
against
the best
against the
little
Texans.
halfback in the league until fucking they brought back Taylor.
So, and if you watch the play right after that play that he missed, on the following play, they had a false start. You know what I mean? And this is week 18, and you're still getting a false start. Like by the 15 games in, and you still don't have that. You know, you still don't have that. Anyway, showing the.
This is a rookie on the opposite side, not even having that. Look at that pass. Fucking dogged him.
Yeah.
Whoop, whoop. CJ Stroud just
And that wasn't
murdered
really
him.
the defender's fault. You can't. And just to be clear, you can't do much about that. If you watch the defender couldn't do much more than what he did without getting called for PI.
CJ is a rookie, bro, not even struggling like
Yeah.
that. That's why I said Gardner.
Yeah, exactly.
For people I think Gardner is, dude, I mean, he's 5
See,
years
look at that.
in.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah. That was just a good play by CJ Stroud. That was a perfect ball placement. That was perfect ball placement by CJ Stroud on that one. Can't really stop that. The receiver got downfield and he hit him on the dime.
she said, "You suck." It fucking tells this guy on the game. That's the way.
The same player.
Yeah, no, I mean, like I said, Gardner to me, I've said it from day one. I mean,
Yeah, I'm not
I've
trying
watched
to, and I just want to be
years.
clear. I just want to be clear. I'm not trying to trash on the guy. He's a really solid backup, but you cannot sit there and tell me that he has this amazing arm talent or something. He doesn't. Gardner
So
mentions
don't
arm
get me
talent is
wrong.
about.
So don't get me wrong. I think the reason people bring that up is yeah, he has won good awards in college. I mean, I think he does have.
He's a, yeah, don't
He
get me wrong.
has
He's a
he
decent
does
player.
have a passing award in college, man. I can't remember what it's called. Is it called the Tommy Saban? It's the Tommy something award or
See,
something.
look at that.
It's,
That's another Jimmy G type pass
he
right
is
there.
a slinger, dude. But the problem is like I've said, he's had
not accurate,
multiple
though.
chances throughout the NFL, and nobody's taken him yet, dude. He didn't
Yeah.
start here at the Colts because he was the best starter. He competed against a rookie. He got outclassed by a rookie, and the rookie started. Then the rookie got injured in the second game of the season. And then
Yeah, something
Gardner
like that.
took over. Anthony came back a few games later. He couldn't compete, and then Gardner took over the rest of the year. It should tell you right there, they tried to bring back Anthony Richardson at one point in the season to get him to see if he can play, and they chose to shut him down. Okay, so there's nothing that advocated that Gardner Minshew was brought to the team to be the starter, or that he was the clear starter, or he won the starting position. Listen, he didn't win the starting position in the team that Savannah. He didn't get the starting position when he got drafted by the fucking Jacksonville Jaguars by Doug Marrone. He fucking was there for a few years. He had all the tangibles to do shit. He didn't get it done there. He went to Philadelphia. He didn't play under Urban Meyer. So all people that think he did, he never played under Urban. He went to Philadelphia. He was the backup to Jalen Hurts. And then he went to fucking the Colts, and he was the backup to a fucking rookie quarterback, Anthony Richardson, which I claimed at the time not a good quarterback. And he was going to be pretty good. But again, besides that, he still got outclassed by a rookie. So to sit here and advocate that he gonna come over here and do anything is crazy as fuck. He's gonna push Aiden to be the best Aiden he can be. And if Aiden gets hurt or Aiden just falls off the face of the fucking earth, then Gardner will become the starting quarterback. But not until then.
Facts.
Aiden's way more
Facts.
accurate than him. Aiden's got more consistency with the team, the players. I've said it. Gardner wasn't practicing with fucking Devontae and everybody in the offseason at the park. It was fucking Aiden O'Connell. See, when Derek Carr was doing it for all those years, and then we got fucking Mariota, they didn't start Mariota. It doesn't work like that. And I get all these people have this thought in their mind or these things that, oh, Mitchell's this. Listen, Mitchell's gotten 3,300 yards, is his best total yards in his whole career. He had 15-9, dude. 15 touchdowns, 9 interceptions. You ain't winning shit with that. You're not going to the playoffs. You're not going fucking nowhere with that, dude. 15-9 ain't getting nothing done, dude. You better hope you got a halfback putting up like 25 fucking LaDainian Tomlinson type touchdowns, dude. Like, you're not going to do nothing with those type of numbers. Look at all the guys that are leading out there. Patrick Mahomes, fucking Rodgers, Brady when he was there.
And look at the Colts defense right now. Look at the Colts
Baker Mayfield putting up 30, 40 touchdowns a
but
year.
Some people tried telling me that the Colts defense wasn't good. Watch that shit. Like, it had hell pressure just on CJ Stroud just now.
I mean, the Colts defense was hit and miss on players just because of rotational, and Gus Bradley's trash, dude. I mean, that's
exactly.
Dude, and Gus Bradley runs a 2 high safety scheme, and his single high safety scheme is so garbage, dude. Like, it is so garbage. We got burned on by the fucking Chiefs with that protection by Bradley. So again, like, the Colts had good defense players. Like, they had good players. There's not a doubt about that, you know. But at the end of the day, all I would say is Gardner is not the quarterback, man. And for people that think it is crazy as hell, the dude's his best year was 21 touchdowns, 6 interceptions with 3,200 yards. That was with Jacksonville the year he was drafted, and he's never done anything else like that. He's not good in those numbers, and it takes fucking passing touchdowns to win fucking games. That's just facts. I don't care how anybody wants to justify it. You can't go out there and show me a quarterback that went to the Super Bowl on fucking 15 touchdowns in the regular season, and if it wasn't 1960, then we can talk about it, you know. But if it's a 1960 and the dude only threw 10 or 12 touchdowns, then whatever. But in these days, any dudes that are going to the playoffs, any dudes that are going to the Super Bowl, they've probably thrown 30 plus touchdowns easily.
Yeah, facts. I mean, to put things in perspective, today's record
like
is 60.
45,
yeah, exactly.
50.
Exactly, because today's record is 60. Like, that's the record currently, is 60 touchdowns in a season. So 6-0, not fucking 1-6, 6-0.
Yeah, that's how. Like I said,
so you can't at least have 50% of that, then there's something wrong. Like,
if you're not pushing at least 30 touchdowns, I don't.
Yeah, at least 30. That's what I'm saying. At least 50% of the record, because the record is 60. So if you can't get at least half that, which is 30, then
I think you need to be, if you're going to be competitive in the playoffs, Super Bowl, things like that. I mean, you can have the run game, you can have your defense. I still think a quarterback in 17 games should probably average anywhere around 2 touchdowns per game, which is only 14 points for a quarterback. That should be nothing. That should be nothing, dude. In today's world, dude, 14 points in a game for your quarterback should be nothing. Like, they should be averaging 21, 28, because that's what these dudes are doing now. So if your quarterback can go out there and give you 14 points in a game, just him, that's, you know, not including your halfback or turnovers or, you know, other type plays. That's just him passing. I mean, that would be good numbers. And that's what Aiden's about to go do and show people, dude. Like, and again, for all the people that don't even know about Aiden's, like I said, in Purdue's history, dude, he has fucking 2 500-yard games, which he's the one that set that, dude. He's got fucking what? I think he held the record there for the passing touchdowns, completions. I mean, it is what it is. People can think however they want. I mean, at the end of the day, I've literally spoke on so many things that we've knocked out of the park, not even close. And then we're sitting here with a lot of these picks, like a lot of these players. I don't know. I mean, we have a lot of good pieces here. We have a lot of great moving pieces. Gardner Minshew, dude, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter if he's the backup. It doesn't matter. That's why I think people got the conversation too twisted, dude, where, yeah, people think it's hate or this and that. It's not. It's about that. When you put a quarterback behind our starting line with people like Devontae and all these dudes, Gardner Minshew is a half a fucking season player. That's what he is, and his stats and his gameplay is showing it. He falls off. He gets inconsistent. He throws the ball at people's toes. He throws it at people's knees. He's famous for it, dude. Off throws people, overthrows people. I mean, he's just famous for it. There's a reason that the quarterback coach said in the press conference the other day that he reiterated about Aiden's accuracy. He said Aiden is accurate, and then he said, I'm gonna re-emphasize that, like, he's dead ass accurate. You know, like, that's the thing that matters. He also reiterated something within that conversation, which I don't know if people were paying attention, but what he said was, in Luke Gessie's system, it takes accuracy to make it flourish in them short and intermediate routes, and Aiden can dot motherfuckers up, dude. Like, that's the thing you guys are that you're not fucking understanding is, dude, like, you're debating, you're having a debate about fucking Aiden under fucking one, Josh McDaniels that fucking drafted him that but didn't want nothing to do with him, and then two, fucking Bo Hardegree's success. Like, look, this is why when people get mad at me because I talk about Raider fans about being stupid and dumb, on what fucking earth can you justify that conversation? You can't justify that conversation. There's reasons why a defensive end in the NFL that's fucking Max Crosby on the rush advocates the fact that, hey, Aiden, to be judged fairly, should be under a true OC and have a year behind the fucking starting reps. That's a defensive end advocating that for an offensive fucking player.
Yeah, not right.
Even Max, as good as Max is and as dominant as he is, he still knows how important that quarterback position is. And if he thought that Gardner Minshew is the fucking savior of the deal to that, he would not advocate to Aiden about him being the leader of the fucking pack, him being the leader of that team, him running that team, him having the first team reps, so on. And again, people keep advocating that, oh, he has the first team reps, dude. No, he does not. Dude, listen, AP said it's Aiden's fucking team, and they'll have to go through Aiden to get to it. I mean, I don't understand why people keep on acting like, oh, he's just getting his first team reps. No, he's not. He was named the damn starter, dude. And until someone beats Aiden, it's gonna be fucking Aiden as the starter. So if people want to keep labeling it as he's getting first team reps, well, what do you call that then, you dumb fucks? Like, calls him the fucking starter. Like, I don't know why you guys keep on twisting up conversations to justify your conversations. Like, it doesn't make sense, dude. To real fucking motherfuckers like me that have fucking degree and know fucking shit, the facts are he got named number one fucking reps, means he's the goddamn fucking starter. Until he gets demoted from team number one reps, then that'll mean he ain't the starter no more. That's why they don't call Gardner Minshew the fucking starter. He ain't getting team one reps. They call him backup fucking player competing for Aiden's fucking job. You know who competes for Aiden's job? Backups. They do it every fucking year. That's why they're there. They're backups to push the starter. That's what they compete for, that job. That's what his label is. That's who he is. I've said it. I've said this 100 times, and I'm going to keep fucking saying it until other motherfuckers start repeating it. It will be the Meek Robinson effect, dude. And it isn't about a player coming here and being just as good as motherfucking Aiden. You have to be clear-cut better. Look, you guys got to be dumb as hell, okay? This is why I say Raider fans are dumb. Why would you advocate that if we were looking for mobility in a player? Why would we advocate fucking Gardner Minshew when we have fucking Anthony Brown right on the team behind him? Like, I don't understand. If we want mobility and somebody that can run and got passing, guess what? Anthony Brown will smoke fucking Gardner Minshew's fucking ass any day of the week. And when it comes to mobility, so to sit here and act like he has this fucking trait in the backfield or this trait over here, well, I'm going to tell you what that trait's governed him. With that trait of his mobility in the backfield and the trait of him fucking, I can elude, watch me. Guess what? It's only got him 3,300 yards and 15 fucking touchdowns. And in his best year, it's got him 3,200 yards and 21 touchdowns. So you guys are full of shit. You don't know what you're talking about, and you keep talking bullshit. The guy ain't never fucking done anything anywhere along his career, not one fucking time. So to sit here and keep advocating for a guy, like, this is the other problem I keep having with Raider fans is every single time that they advocate for a player of that dude's stature, you know what the first thing they bring up? Well, we did it with Cannon. We did it with this. I don't fucking give a fuck. What about all the other 30 fucking guys we brought in here? Why didn't you say that about them? You guys were all trying to say the same shit about those 30 other motherfuckers. It didn't work out for those 30 fucking people. But every single time we bring a goddamn player here, every person in Raider Nation always says the stupid ass 2 fucking words is, well, we did it with this guy. Good, it worked with one fucking guy, and if it works again 20 fucking years later, well, goddamn, I imagine it was, dude, you going into the store and buying a scratcher ticket 50 fucking times, you're bound to win sooner or later. Like, to sit there and keep using that concept is stupid as hell. Like, it's not how it works, Luke James.
And here's my argument every time. Every time I win this argument, right? Name me one quarterback. Name me one quarterback whose mobility first that's won a
James.
Super Bowl. I'll wait. And everybody mentions Patrick Mahomes. No, that's not how Patrick Mahomes plays the game.
He's not
he
a mobile
throws
quarterback.
first
He's
and
not a
then
mobile
runs.
quarterback either.
No,
He's
agree.
he's a pocket
facts.
passing quarterback that can move when he needs to.
Yeah.
Facts, Ozzy, and that's the thing. You look at somebody that's mobility first. You look at Lamar Jackson. What have the experts said about Lamar Jackson that is his fault? He can't win in the playoffs. Why? Because he can't throw. He's a running back.
Look at the way.
So there you go. Mobility's not going to win a Super Bowl.
Still gets
The greatest quarterback to ever
see
play.
That shit, bro? The way he broke through the line just there when Aiden was about to get sacked, and he just fuck off, motherfucker. I still got a touchdown. Here we go. Watch this. Watch this shit. Look at this. Watch this. Boom, boom. Fuck off, motherfucker. And then he still gets the ball off, still gets the fucking touchdown, man.
The other thing about Lamar too is that if Lamar was so dangerous in the running, why did they try to switch him up to passing now? You know, because they know running's only going to get him so far. They got to make him an accurate quarterback in order to make him a complete quarterback.
Exactly.
The problem is too many people keep taking Luke Gessie's success over there with the Bears, where he took a quarterback that couldn't do shit, gave him his best career year in his first year, even coaching him offensively, passing, and fucking rushing. Luke Gessie did that. And Luke Gessie stated at the press conference over and over that you have to do what you got to be the best with what you have. He spoke about it 50 fucking times that, hey, we don't have good fucking players here, man. We have to do the best we have. They didn't have the best halfback core, but they had the number 1 and number 2 leading rushing game in the whole fucking NFL for 2 years in a row. They had fucking no-name dudes over there, fucking Herbert and fucking all these dudes that were just backup players that led the league. So to sit here and keep advocating his success off of the Bears is crazy as fuck, dude. Luke Gessie's going to get over here, and this roster is shit hot loaded over here. If we get Nico Hardman over here and we fucking get up on fucking Guyton and those other motherfuckers, our team becomes deadly as fuck. We probably become the number 1 offense in the league, and we'll probably be the number 1 defense or top fucking 10 defense in the league. And that's only saying we're fucking bound to go to a motherfucking Super Bowl. It's just going to come down to playing. For all the people that sit here and say, oh, Aiden ain't going to take us to a Super Bowl, you're stupid as fuck. Game managers can take anybody to a Super Bowl. Tom Brady did it for years. He got 7 Super Bowls, being the biggest check-down king in the NFL. For all you dumb, educated fucking players or people out there, you don't have to be a fucking deep passer. Guess what? Randy Moss and him went 18-1, and they lost the game that mattered, which was the Super Bowl. So it doesn't fucking matter, man. Like,
and here's another thing. This is how dumb these fucking fans are. I love the Raiders, always will, but our fan base is dumb. Okay? So what does a good coach do, right? And we of all people should know this, and I'll explain why. What does a good coach do? He gets the best out of his players. He has his scheme, and he puts his players, what they do best, into the scheme. That's what Getsy did with Justin Fields. Justin Fields is like Lamar. He runs first, so he added the scheme into a run. That's why Josh and Derek Carr did not work, because Josh was so
You break it up, Tori.
He's getting too far away from
was
Walmart.
pissed.
He's getting away from Walmart's Wi-Fi.
You got no data on your phone there, Tori?
You know, James, James, the reason that he said, so listen, Aiden talked about this in the rush, dude, about basically that he actually wore the 12 back when he was young for a little while. He actually said that he tried
Yeah,
picking
that in
different
high school,
number.
I think.
I think he said, didn't he say he tried picking 16 when he got here, but somebody else had the jersey and that
Something like that,
Josh diverted him to the 4 jersey, fucking for Carr's jersey. So I mean, he tried to pick a different jersey when he came here. It was just Josh McDaniels that pushed him into that jersey. But he said
Yeah,
that the
facts.
reason he went with 12 is because one, he's big time Tom Brady fan, and that's the jersey he's always wanted was the
Yeah,
12.
he said Aiden literally said out his own mouth on the Rush podcast that he models his game around Brady.
Facts. And I said, dude, when he said that, I said, well, his stats back it up at Purdue. He's the most accurate quarterback in Purdue history. I mean, fucking kid, you can't sleep on Aiden. And any person sleeping on Aiden is just uneducated. They don't take the time to educate themselves.
Aiden
They
had
just
the
look
most
to the
what they
people
call
that
it,
ain't educated.
the most consecutive completed passes.
Yeah, and I think he said, yeah, I watched it, listened to it, but I don't know anyone who was 16. I think Jacoby Myers is 16, right? Isn't that Jacoby's number?
Jacoby. I think Jacoby's 16. Yeah, Jacoby is, and Adams is 17.
Yeah, so I mean, like I said, I mean, a lot of people, like, I'm pretty sure, I know it's Jacoby. I know Jacoby.
Yeah, it's Jacoby, man. It's Jacoby.
Yeah, so
yeah.
But that's all I would say is
Tough as
like
11.
at the time, I would say like who was in the 12 jersey at the time is what I would probably more advocate. But what we should probably all be thinking about is how do we even know that Aiden had a choice to pick his jersey? Like maybe it was destined the whole entire time for Josh McDaniels to just be like a fuck you to Derek Carr, that his intention was the second that he drafted Aiden that 4 jersey was going on Aiden. So it's almost like, I think, didn't Aiden even say, I think that once he didn't get that 16, I think he said like he didn't get to pick another jersey, like he didn't choose it, Josh did. And I think that's
he said on the podcast that basically Josh McDaniels forced the 4 on him, and that's another reason why he wanted to change to 12, because he felt like it was a bit of disrespect to Carr. That's exactly what Aiden said on the podcast. So, and he wanted to wear his 12 number again because he felt like he felt like he didn't want to really wear the number 4 to begin with, because he just felt like it was a bit of disrespect to Derek Carr, like him putting on so soon after him leaving and stuff, when everything that Derek done with, and how long he was with the Raiders and shit. So that was all on Josh McDaniels apparently. So I think you're right. I think it was like you saying how Josh McDaniels is trying to be like a fuck you to Derek Carr. I think that's exactly what he was trying to do.
I know that's
based
what
off
it was.
Based on what Aiden said on the podcast. So, I mean, the
I
truth always
think,
comes out.
like I said, I think here for the last few years, everybody that's come here or gets brought here was brought here for all the wrong intentions every single time. Look, man, the way I look at it is it's like Biden and Trump, right? Trump, when he was in office, man, he made America great, dude. Like everybody had money, everybody didn't pay for shit. But when Biden got here out of spite, he fucking canceled everything that fucking Trump did. Everything. Oh, let me sit in office, sign a book, and take it just out of straight spite. It had nothing to do. It could have been the best thing that's ever been done in the face of this earth, but it was the spite of the fact that he just didn't like the motherfucker. Well, guess what? Josh McDaniels shows politics happen in football all the fucking time because of the fact that he basically just did the exact same thing. It's just out of spite. They cut people, get rid of people, put numbers on people. It's all political, no matter how we want to look at it, dude. And that's facts. Trump 2024. That fool is gonna smoke it, especially after getting indicted and what did they say? Fucking Trump has 11 times more felony accounts than fucking Al Capone now. So fucking he's in some high orders over there.
Just to be clear, I know we're not really here to talk politics, but I just wanted to know what was he exactly being charged with this time anyway?
The Stormy Daniels fucking hush up money and all this shit that was going on.
Fuck that. They all do that shit.
They charge him with like 34 counts of fucking 34 counts, and he got every single account. They got him with every account. Then they put on that fundraiser, and that fool made $34 million just in the fundraiser, dude. And then Like he said, like he told them all, he said the real verdict will be on January 24 or November 24th. So he said, I'm not worried about this verdict. You know, they can't send him to prison. He's going to still win the presidency, and then he's going to indict himself. Fucking, he's just going to clean himself, and then he's going to, hey, that's where the term comes in. You fuck with the bull and you're going to get the fucking horns, because the first time when Trump went in there, he didn't know shit like president wise. Like, so his first year is like trying to learn everything, like his powers, right? The next time he enters that office, hey, that fucker gonna be in the car ride over, bro, fucking with this book, going like, all right, fucking, we're gonna book up these motherfuckers, go get them. Fucking, we're gonna book these fuckers, go get them. And when I get over to the White House, I'm gonna sign up that slip. And we're about to throw fucking Hillary's dumbass in there with Epstein's fucking little pedophile ass dude fucking that's missing. Then we're going to be throwing Obama and all these fucking motherfuckers in there. Biden, all of them. They're all a bunch of pedophile, weird ass fucking weirdo motherfuckers, dude. They're just weird. They're all weird, and they just stand right here in our face and just fucking put it out there and act like, what are we going to do? You know, like they try, listen, they indicted Trump's property in fucking Florida, and they're in New York. You can't even do that. There's nothing constitutional that even allows that to happen, but that's how these motherfuckers want to play, because what happened, you know why they put the charge on them just like they did, is because those two rappers that fucking met up with them in Brooklyn, in the Bronx, and fucking promoted them in the fucking deal about fucking Trump making America great again, dude. I can't remember those fucking guys' name. Two big ass dudes in the Bronx. They're big time fucking dudes. And they both backed him and everything in the middle of that whole presser. And then next thing you know, boom, here they go trying to throw him out there in court fucking like that. It's just fucking bullshit.
It's just, the thing is that, like, that's why I said it is bullshit, because they all do it. And not just in America. I mean, like, all politicians worldwide do that shit. I don't give a fuck. Like, whether I don't care whether it's the president of America, the prime minister of Australia, the fucking prime minister of the UK. Like, they all do hush money and all this other shit.
Everybody does. That's why
they all do it. Yeah, exactly. They all do it.
It's the reason they don't like Trump, because Trump don't need their money, and he's not here for their money. And it's almost like I've said a lot of times, for me, I'm like borderline. Like, I believe in the Constitution massively in the United States. I'm big time. I mean, I don't give a fuck. I know that shit left, right. I mean, I'm big time for the Constitution, but I'm damn near borderline for Trump not to give up the presidency if he gets it. Like, I would almost be like fucking what do they call it? When a fucking
well, when you have a coup or something? Or...
It's like Putin. It's a dictatorship, but it's a fucking.
Oh, you're talking about Marshall. When they like Marshall or something like that.
Yeah, but it's not. It's like world leaders. Like, you have Putin, you have fucking Kim Yao Young, you know, fucking, I don't know why I'm spacing it right now, but fucking long story short, the kind of person Trump is, right? Trump's never been about taking anything from nobody. He's all about making the country great. He spoke about all this shit he spoke about now. He spoke about it in the 1980s. There's plenty of videos that'll show Trump in 1980 being on every single major talk show host that's all across the whole entire nations, from Jay Leno to fucking Murray to fucking all these motherfuckers, Oprah, all the dudes. And Trump was talking about all the shit that he talks about right now. Then almost to the fucking T. I mean, Trump has never changed. He's always been the same. And even when he got into presidency, he wasn't here for the money. He gave the money back, dude, put it into the veterans fucking memorials and gave up, you know, his shit. Biden ain't gave up nothing. Biden be spending his money on fucking ice cream and licking it in the fucking basement, sniffing on kids like he's a little fucking weirdo, dude. And we're sitting over here trying to say, like, yeah, this is who we want to run our country. No, we don't. We don't want that guy running our country. Nobody wants him running our country. All he does is sell our country. That's what he does. He don't sell it to us. He sells it to China, everywhere else. Like, the reason, like, when Putin and them, when they got asked about, hey man,
the other thing that's crazy, actually, when you said selling shit, apparently he also fucking sold a shit ton of farmland to Bill Gates.
Damn right he did. 300 million acres, dude, and fucking that's my point. When you look at Putin, right? Putin got asked, they asked him, who do you want to see win the war? win the war? Who do you want to see win the presidency? He said, I want to see Biden win the presidency because it'll be easier to take over the world and the Western Hemisphere with him at the presidency. He said, and they said, well, what do you think if Trump wins? He said, if Trump wins the presidency, he'll end the war. Okay, if you're listening to Putin, that's a big time balling motherfucker that don't take no shit, just like old Kim Jong-un. He ain't gonna listen to anybody like that. He's big time dude. Why would he say those words? Out of one word, he said, I can punk your President Biden. But out of the second word, he said, Trump will stop it. And then in the G6 summit, when they go for the UN with all the NATO, everybody, all the world leaders for fucking the the NATO fucking deal, they asked them straight up, hey, who would you see? And they all said Trump, man. His peace deal, his peace for across the world was like no other. They said he gave incentives for people not to go to war with each other, not try to take things, and like this whole Putin deal, I think people have it twisted up because one group is trying to say that Putin's going to war because he wants the old land that used to be theirs, and that's why they're taking on Ukraine. Well, I beg to differ because when COVID was going on at the time, they had this deal called the Cabal that was going around, dude, and the Cabal was literally talking about everything that was happening with Trump and basically how manipulated our society was. And that's when QAnon and all these dudes were around, where QAnon was putting in encrypted messages and sending them to the White House. But he said off of the get-go that he would never put anything in that encrypted him giving you the answer. What he did is set you a deal, and then you had to decipher the answer. He never gave anything, so people couldn't lead back to, well, QAnon said this and QAnon, no, he did not. QAnon just sent deals and they had to decipher them. And Byron, if people sit and recall, Byron's a fucking genius like no one's business. And Byron was one of the people that fucking was deciphering those codes for the whole entire time while Trump was in office. And then there's the video of Putin when they were in the fucking with Putin and fucking Trump at the fucking meeting, and then fucking Vladimir Putin threw fucking Donald Trump a soccer ball and told him give that soccer ball to fucking Byron, and people claim that there was a fucking JPEG in that motherfucker that had all these files on there, and these files indicated and this is why that the real factor of why Vladimir Putin is fighting Ukraine is because Ukraine is actually a hub for child trafficking, FBI, CIA. It's like one of the biggest hubs in the whole entire world for shit like that, dude. And he's been watching this shit for a long time, and people are misrepresenting him and saying different things about like he's doing it for these reasons. In the Cabal, he literally spoke on multiple occasions that these fucking dudes are child trafficking people into this fucking country, and that the FBI and fucking, he spoke on how manipulated that the U.S. was on determining presidencies and so on that would allow this type of shit. Why do you think Biden's in there, has full reign of everything? Didn't you guys think it was pretty fucking weird during COVID that Bill Gates and fucking Soros was able to fucking just run freely across the whole entire nation? Go show me. Can you go to any jail and bail out any fucking dude that just burned down houses and tried to kill people? You can't bail out damn near your own family member, let alone just random people. But Soros was able to go to every single place that burned down places, fucking fought people, beat up old people, bail them all out, put them back out on the street. There was no hierarchy than him, and that's where you start hearing the flat earthers with the Antarctic dude, and they'll start saying that the Antarctic wall, dude, is a fucking deal where it holds multiple other continents, dude, and that's where the real power is, because those are where the real where the real world leaders are, and they're the ones farming our country, dude. As in out here, we're the farmers, we're the ones doing, and anytime that they need to put chaos into the world, that they'll send these type of motherfuckers into it. Bill Gates, dude, he's a fucking computer guy, but all of a sudden now he's the world's vaccinated leader and fucking can buy up as much farmland as he wants. Talks about changing synthetic meats, but he wants to give it to everybody in the world, right? Even if you choose not to get it, they still want to give it to you. It's funny how like certain companies.
And what
like
about another thing I'd want to ask you about is that
and all these people,
that
governments, how or they own food supplies. They
Yeah,
own medical
Vanguard
supplies.
and
They own everything.
Vanguard and that one that owns the fucking the firms for the finance, BlackRock.
Yeah.
Vanguard and BlackRock are the biggest two companies in the whole globe that own like 90% of everything.
Well, and so is Rothschilds and so on. Like
Yeah,
all
but
their
they're part of that shit. Like, because you know how when you have
from
like
the banking
company,
systems to your
banking
from your
system, yeah.
banking to your TVs to your education to your food to all of them. You know, like
Yeah,
you
there was a
have all
thing.
these-
There was a thing. Because don't get me started on this conspiracy shit, man. Because literally, put it this way, long story short, there's pretty much a board that runs the world of 12 people, and the Rothschilds are part of that. It's like 12 of the richest families in the world that pretty much run everything behind the scenes.
Yeah, it is, and it's a silent deal, dude. And like they
Yeah.
said, people are gonna look. I've always said I don't really care what other people do. Do their shit. I don't give a fuck. Like I don't care about, you know, you want to sell your shit to somebody, you want to do certain things. There's a reason why I feel like people know, like, hey, you can't fuck around with the U.S., dude. Like we're the only country that's got our military in everybody's country, and our military isn't even as big as some of these motherfuckers' militaries. You know, like there's a reason that we're known to be the baddest motherfuckers out here, dude. And I've always said like that. I keep thinking like when people bring up flat earthers and all this shit, like there's so many things that people are going to start to debunk, maybe not in my lifetime, maybe in the next lifetime or whatever it may be. But the thing is you're starting to see real, like, listen, when you look at the presidency, dude, and you have one president that's in there that literally just tells you you can fuck off and that whatever we say goes, and they're lying to you about, oh, we're getting jobs and we're doing this. No, you're not. The math don't lie. I've always said it doesn't matter. You don't never have to listen to nobody's mouth or bullshit. The math will never fucking lie. 2 + 1 will never be 4. It's never going to fucking happen. Not in any fucking earth. It's never going to happen. Math does not lie. Math is always truthful. It's the only truthful thing on this earth, and it will never fucking lie to you. If you fucking do it right, it's going to be correct every single fucking time, dude. There's no doubt about it, dude. So I've always said when you listen to people's bullshit, they're the ones that are always going to lie. If you just do the math first, you'll know the answer and you don't got to worry about their bullshit, because there's people out here just like Trump when he was in the office. When Trump was in office, Trump told you straight on stage, bro, is the first time I ever seen it in my life, dude. And I was probably 36 at the time. I've seen a lot of shit, dude, but that fucking dude literally was on the presser and told them dudes like, shut up, you're fake news, bro. Like, don't fuck come in here. And I was like, what the fuck? I don't even watch the news. I literally got up. I was like, the fuck this guy just tell that fool. And I just get up there and he just like, you listen to him. And then I started listening to him. Then I started watching his rallies. Then I started listening to him on the stage. Then I see him get into debates and then just manhandle motherfuckers. And I said, that's what it's about in this world. See, it's not about, you know, oh, I have this power. It's about belittling people in conversation. See, when you can belittle a person in conversation because they're not as smart as you, that's why people get so offended out of it. Believe me, I know a lot of people hate the fuck out of me because of it. But long story short, when you have that type of power, that's like leadership power. Everybody knows it, dude. It's not about fighting, punching or not. A conversation trumps fighting any day of the week because it just trumps how small your brain is, your conversation, what you can do. See, Trump can go into any country, sit down and have any conversation. He can have any conversation from business to fucking normal life or normal people. He can eat at KFC and he can go eat at fucking $1 million tables, you know, like Trump is every atmosphere all over the place. He's the small guy and the big guy at the same time. See, he doesn't, but this is the difference that separates Trump from everybody else. See, Trump's the small and the big guy at the same time, but Trump is so much like me and I'm so much like Trump because we'll be the most helping person out there. And we'll be I've always said I come from the hood, so I'm gonna get anything, be anywhere. I go everywhere. Everybody knows me. I don't think I'm better than anything. And that's about Trump. But this is what I do believe. See, I believe I have a very strong voice. I believe I'm very educated in what I do. I know I'm very fucking smart. I research everything I do. I'm going to be wrong just like anybody else, but it's going to be a very small window because of the fact that how much I thrive myself to be perfect. The difference between me is, and every person that knows me out here, and this is Trump 100%, every person, I'm straight as fuck. I don't give a fucking who the fuck you are. I don't care who you think you are. I don't care what you say, how you feel about it. If you're wrong, I'm going to call you on your shit and I'm going to bring it up instantly. Like, I have no fucking problem with it, nor does Trump. See, there's no time in this life for bullshit. That's the problem. Too many people in this life have too much bullshit going around that they feel like, oh, I can just put it out of that. Yeah, you may do that with people that are spineless, don't have a fucking heart, dude, that'll just be there to be there and agree with you. But I'm not. I don't care. See, I didn't come here to be everybody's fucking friend. Everybody knows that I'm a great friend and that I'll always be there for them. And we could always have any type of conversation from football to life to whatever. I'm always there. But at the same time, if somebody fucking says something, I don't care who it is, and every person knows that that's ever been on my panel, been part of anything we do, I'll be the first fucking guy to say, hey, nah, hell, fuck no, that ain't right, and that's not how we do it, and that's not what we're going to do, because at a point, someone has to lead, and someone got to be the voice that even we're all grown. We can all be wild dogs. We can all be mutt fucking dogs. I don't want to be a mutt dog. See, I have loyalty. I have loyalty to myself, dude, and I've always said, you know, like I think somebody said this the other day, and I think it was the greatest fucking thing, because this is how I feel. I feel like the way I've been grown in the streets and in the jungle, right? I come from there, dude. Like I've fought my whole life, dude. So this guy said the other day, he said, man, when I go to the fucking zoo, I'm not there to see the fucking animals. The animals are there to see me. And I'm like, hey, that fucking makes perfect sense, because that's how I feel a lot of times. Like, I've always said I'm not there because I'm scared of what's in there. I'm spectating what it is. It's like I've said, hey, I'm just as locked up as they are. The difference is I know how to control myself, and I also know how not to control myself. There's a very dangerous line in that aspect. I've always said I have kids. I have to try to be somewhat normal, which I'm not. I mean, I'm only a human being. I'm gonna be as normal as I can be, but there's a very fine line of me being a normal dude and just a fuck you motherfucking dude. Like there's a very fine line of it, and I can turn that shit on that fast, dude. But I've always said the reason about it is my kids are what harness that a lot, dude, because they don't need to see that or be around that or go out in the public and, you know, have to experience it in every place we go, because then what do you think's going to happen with them? They're going to do that everywhere they go. They're going to go to school. They're going to think that's right. It's not right, dude. Like, the problem with people these days is, and what it was when I was young was, yeah, you're always going to have a bully. You have a bully that thinks he's better than everybody else, and he's going to go around and pick on the kids he can until he fucking runs into a kid he can't pick on. Then that bully knows, okay, I can only go this far with these type of people, but the other people I'm gonna go. So like a person like my kid, that's a good-hearted kid, is going to be a person that's like wants to be nice, wants to be there for him, and this kid's going to take advantage of it because of the fact that he thinks kindness is weakness. And then my kid's going to kick his little fat ass, dude. Like that's the difference. See, my kid will be no different than I'll be or anybody else, because it doesn't matter boy or girl or not. We all have lines. We all have lines of respect. We all have lines that, hey, man, you can only say so much to me until I'm going to fight you back. And it doesn't matter if you beat me up, because the other three motherfuckers that are tired of you picking up on them too, they're going to come team up with me, and then us four are going to kick your ass. Then you become the weak one, you know, like that's how friendships are bonded, and that's how fucking shit works in life, you know. Some people are good enough to take care of it themselves, and others will have friends to help them take care of it for them, you know. I've said in these deals with people like Trump, or the way that we build our teams, or the way that you have people out here, if there's no voice that leads, why do you think I talk about Max all the time about helping AP as that leader? Max is the leader in the motherfucking room, bro. If somebody steps out of line, like I said, he's the key holder, bro. It doesn't matter if you're an offensive lineman, defensive lineman or not. Max feels confident he's gonna kick their fucking ass, dude. Like that's facts, and that's how I've always been my whole life, dude. I don't care how big you are. I don't care how I work hard as fuck, dude. I'm not over here fucking pumping iron every single day, but it's something like they always reiterate every day. The power in our bodies is the last fucking thing that goes, dude. I don't need to look like I'm fucking playing football and just be yacked out, fucking blah, blah, fucking. I've already been that, dude, but I promise you, my power is every bit still in my body. I'll still level a motherfucker, and I'll still break their face. So there's nothing in that that's changed, but how the way our physical may have changed, yeah, that's just how it is. That's life. We all change as life goes on, you know. Some tend to want to work out every day and eat fucking pasta and chicken. No, I did it when I had to. I'm not going to do it my whole life. You know, like I want to eat steak. I want to have fucking bacon, potatoes, shit like that. Like I want to go to fucking Golden Corral and eat fucking all I can eat. Like I want to live my life because I know I'm going to die, and I know that's when it's over, it's over. Like I don't have any issue with those things, but I've always said we got to stay as true as possible on this earth, man. We got to stay as true as possible to the game, true as possible to life, true as possible to your family. I've cut out a lot of my family just to try to better my own family. You know, I still put up a lot of fights with my own family, but it is what it is. But even then, it's just staying honest. I've always said people can hate me for my takes. They'll not hate me for the person I am. I'm not a bad person, dude. But if they want to hate me because of my education or how much I study things, or they may think I'm wrong when they think they're right, hey, whatever. I don't really fucking care. I've said it. I'm not here to be everybody's friend, and I don't really give a fuck about everybody's opinion. I don't come here. I didn't get a PhD to fucking come here and substitute fucking, you know, time to fucking help fucking educate the fucking crazy. Okay. Like if I had that, I'd be making crazy money. But again, that's not what I'm here for. I've said we always have to stay focused to our team, stay focused to the players, stay focused to the conversation. That way, when we're not, you have a group of people leading you one way and another group of people leading you a whole different way. And then these people come over here and they say, well, these guys said that. These guys, you know, Mitchell Rand said that. And I'm saying Mitchell Rand's also said that his sources said that we were getting Jaden fucking Daniels and that we were doing this and that, you know, fucking Andre James wasn't getting re-signed. And, you know, I can fucking go on about 50 fucking things they've said that never fucking happened. So I don't fucking care about what other people think about other people's shit. I'm going to hit on my shit. 95, 98, I don't even have the resources they claim they got. I don't have fucking, you know, oh, my fucking, yeah, they ain't got no sources. Their fucking sources is the people working in their company. And then if they want to reach out to a beat writer for their source, like, good. You know how many times Hondo Carpenter is just straight pissed in the wind? Fucking all kind of times. So some of these guys are going to be hit it out of the park because some players are going to give them those conversations. And every now and again, Mark Davis is going to throw a dog a bone, you know, so somebody's going to get a report that nobody else is going to get. And that's what boosts them. But guess what? Mark Davis ain't throwing them fuckers a bone every week. He ain't going out to this dude every week to give him that content. What he did was throw him the bone one time. He broke the news. His shit went from like 5,000 followers to 50,000 followers, and then it's up to him to keep the content after that. Like, that's how they do shit. And I don't see how people don't see that. Like, why do you think if look at it like this? I sit in a tractor and fucking in a shop working in the middle of Oregon, fucking doing what I do, and I have better resources than some of the people that stand in the building talking about this shit and writing on their pages. Like, how do you explain that? How do you explain that? Can't explain that. I know why, because my sources are in the building that actually have fucking connections in there. And just because a guy can go over there and beat right and throw an article in there, guess what? I can do that with my woman right here in the next room. I can send her right over there to Vegas, just like I'll be planning here in the next few years, have her go over there and interview those motherfuckers and then put out the deals. Anybody can do it if you have the credentials to do it. So it's not like, oh man, these guys are just special pick people. They're not, man. Most of these guys are full of shit, dude, and they just keep hitting on shit and copyrighting other people's shit. And again, some dudes do get the call and will get the news before, but the majority of them are just full of shit. So it is what it is. But I said, you're building teams, man. You're building players. You have to stay to the most consistent continuity as you can. I don't care what other people think. I don't care how they feel. I know this game very well. You know what I mean? Listen, if I listen to half of these guys, they all told me that Waller wasn't going nowhere. They told me Josh Jacobs wasn't fucking going nowhere. They told me that we were getting Jaden Daniels. They told me all these fucking things. All of them were wrong. So I don't care what they say, dude. Like, I don't know how people don't understand that yet, dude. Like, I don't care. I value their opinions. I love the conversations. I love the debate. But if somebody's trying to defer me from my shit, good luck. I mean, you better come with some hardcore shit, not just some fucking conversation I can literally decipher from Twitter just by the way you said it.
Hey,
that's crazy.
Rudy said something about the. You know what's funny about? You know what's funny about all this shit?
Yep, I know. It's real funny about that one. Nah, man. I mean, I don't know. I just think like at the end of the day, just say holding accountability. And I've always said I don't care. I don't care. I'm just gonna do what I do. We're gonna come here and talk, and we're gonna do us, man. I don't give a fucking what anybody says. I'm down to fight anybody anytime. So I don't really care.
See, they do it to me too. They cut me off too. But no, what I was saying was is these
Your
friggers
dad's
are
cutting
dumb
you off,
because of
dude. Your daddy
everything
Joe
that.
Biden's cutting you off because he said it's ice cream time.
But what's funny is these people don't understand that this is just there's people that have gone out publicly in the last 9 months saying that they won't endorse Trump and they were endorsing him last night. So these people
That
are gonna reunite the Republican Party and they're gonna fucking mock Joe Biden now. And that's gonna be really funny.
Well, they're pissed because Trump went after the libertarian group, and a lot of them are going to go with Trump. So that's why they're pissed off at him. Hey, like I said, at the end of the day, these guys can play their dumb fucking games. It don't matter. But either way, Ozzy, you have anything you want to say or what? Ozzy. I don't know. Talk about something, Tori, real quick. I gotta go over here. I don't know if Mike's needed. The floor is yours, Tori, for 2 minutes. I said the floor is yours for 2 minutes.
Right.
Figure out
So
something to talk
basically, what I was saying when I was on the freeway, my car window broke. This little small window, so it blows air, so it sounds like I'm like it's windy. Anyways, what I was saying was this is what Raider fans are not understanding, and they're so dumb. Like Dustin said, they bring up Luke Getzey, right? And they bring up, oh, look what he did with the mobile quarterback. Coaching works. Okay, I'm a coach myself. The way a good coach, their job is to bring out the best in their players. You have your scheme, and this is why Josh McDaniels won't be a good coach. You have your scheme, right? You fit your scheme to your players' best abilities. So then the scheme makes them better. Why do you think John Gruden made Derek Carr better? Everybody will say that Derek Carr's best years were with John Gruden because John Gruden made the West Coast fit Derek Carr's abilities, his best abilities. And that's what Luke Getzey did. And that's why Derek Carr and Josh McDaniels did not work. Because Josh McDaniels was so stubborn in his way, and his way is the only way, that it didn't work. And that's why Devontae got pissed and grabbed his helmet and threw it to the ground against the Lions. Because he was getting pissed because Jimmy G sucks. And and Josh told him that this was going to be better. And it doesn't work like that. Like, why get rid of somebody if you're just going to get worse, And that's what, a lot of fans don't understand is that coaching is not about, that's Luke Getzey's job. Luke Getzey's job, I guarantee you he came in and he said, okay, I'm going to watch film. I got hired. I'm going to watch film, and I'm going to see what Devontae Adams is good at. I'm going to see what Brock Bowers is good at. I'm going to see what Michael Mayer is good at. Trey Tucker and Jacoby Myers. And then fit it into the West Coast scheme. That's my team. Right? I coached them and I said, okay, this team is different than my other team. We're going to run read and react. We're going to run pass and cut. And instead of doing 5 out, because I had smaller teams, this is a bigger team where somebody in the post can go long. Team player.
Hey guys, still there? Sorry, man. Had to handle something. My
That's
bad.
are you there?
Yeah, I think he went somewhere or something. But yeah, I had to handle something. Sorry, guys. I'm back. Weird, man. Telling you doing something, and then they ask you to do 50 fucking things. So what were you just talking about last story? You still there? I think we got technical difficulties on Torres' side. I think Dustin's went somewhere. So yeah, anyway, enough about the political talk. Back to football. That's what guys are talking about. But getting back to the long story short, what today's topics were, just to recap real quick, is first we spoke on the posting targets, which is guys like a Fletcher Cox or players Campbell at DT, just bring that more veteran leadership, help as like a player coach in the field at the DT or D-line role, so it doesn't have to all be on Max's shoulders and Christian's shoulders, so they can concentrate more on playing and whatnot. And then you got Patrick Peterson at cornerback, be a great veteran leadership in the secondary because he can play corner and safety. He's done it at a high level fucking for years and years. Oh, here's Dustin, he's back. Yeah, I was just recapping what we were talking about tonight.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, sorry, man. I had to handle some shit before, so that's why I was off for a minute. Took longer than what I thought it was going to take.
Because I'm about to hop off, so you can talk for sure.
Yeah, that's so good, man. You guys pretty much covered. I think we covered everything. I mean, the main thing I want to talk about today was the fact that fucking Gardner should be the backup and that Aiden should be the starter, which we covered. So.
Gardner's garbage. Nah, he's not garbage, man. He's a good quarterback, and he'll push.
Yeah, he's not garbage, but he's a backup. He's a solid backup. Yeah, exactly. He's a solid backup.
Go, and there's nothing wrong.
He's definitely
having a quarterback that can push your players like that.
Exactly.
Money. Like, look,
that's what he's getting paid.
For anybody that thinks that Aiden's or Gardner's a good quarterback, if he was good quarterback, listen. He's not even compared to fucking. He's not even compared to fucking Kirk Cousins. All right, he's getting $12 million a year, bro. Like Mariota is getting paid more than him, probably. So look, I'd probably pump the brakes on how you guys are looking at your players. You know, so the guy he's not even close to $30 million quarterback. What, Baker? So I mean. Again, it is what it is. Everybody has a right to view people however they want, but there's a reason that there's a money bracket on players for a reason. You think Max Crosby would be out there playing for fucking $12 million? Mm-mm. You think Tom Brady would take $12 million? Aaron Rodgers take $12 million? No. So Kirk Cousins wouldn't even take $12 million. Fucking Baker Mayfield wouldn't even take $12 million.
I'll do one better than that. Dak Prescott wouldn't even take $12 million.
Dak or fucking Matthew Stafford, Jared Goff, fucking any of them. Fucking Brock Purdy probably. Brock Purdy, once he gets his contract, ain't never going to play for $12 million ever again either. So a lot of these guys they're, like I said, $12 million quarterbacks are backups. So.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what it's just like when we brought in Mariota to push Carr. Like it's exactly the same deal, except for the only difference is that Aiden's a second-year rookie on a cheap contract. Other than that, it's pretty much the same deal.
Yeah, coming out of a new system for both of them, so it won't matter at the end of the day.
Exactly.
Who learns the system faster and who thrives in it quicker. Just like the quarterback coach said, somebody's going to eventually surface to the cream of the crop sooner than later.
And this is one thing I will play. I'm just going to share this for a minute because I wanted to do from my IG wall before I go. Where is it? Because people keep talking about mobility. All right, here you go. Let's just play this for a minute. Actually, I'll do a sound off because it's got soundtrack on that. But here's some mobility. Can you see that shit, or I need to zoom in?
I gotta zoom in.
All right, hang on a sec. Zoom in. Why is it not zooming in? Do you know how to zoom in on IG? Because I haven't really done it from IG before.
I just go click on the picture and bring up the actual video. Take the comments off.
Is there a way to do that?
Well, in mine, I just got to click on the picture.
Oh, turn commenting off. Yeah. Isn't it?
No. You don't want to.
Yeah, sorry, my bad.
You don't want to. You'll just make it where they can't comment no more.
No. Yeah, I put it back. My bad, I pressed the wrong thing. So is there a way to enlarge the video?
You go on to like your profile.
Okay. Yeah, that's where I should be at. Is my profile? I'm on my IG wall.
Yeah. Well, if not, then just go to a comment and then click on a comment in your post and go to their post, and then it might just be the picture. Go
where? Go where from here?
So like a lot of times I just go to the profile and then go to where people are commenting, like where you check how many previous posts you got, like your main profile. Like you see that if somebody commented on your messages, not this section, but the fucking section that you check your notifications. Yeah, right here in the bottom, your notifications thing.
This
then
one?
You go yep, and then you go, no, that's your messages. Go to where your notifications are.
Yeah, here we go. Yeah, that's the one.
And then you scroll down to that somebody that's commented on that picture, and then see if it brings it up in the.
It's probably too. Yeah, it's too far back now because I posted that one a while ago.
Yeah, that'd be the only way I can figure out how to just get it to the video.
I wonder if I put it on my YouTube. I think I did. For that reason. Sorry, just a minute, guys.
I mean, you should just be able to draw your shit in. You can't click on your shit and blow it up.
Yeah, I couldn't figure out how to.
Like this, you see how this one is right here. You can't do that.
Hang on. Yeah, I kind of tried to. Hang on. I'll go back. I'll try it one more time. But that's what I was kind of trying to do. Is I was trying to go to my. I thought if I went to my profile.
Either way, pull up the video. I can see it like this. I don't just pull up the video. They should all have a setting on their deal. Whenever you bring it up, there should be a square setting at the bottom of the picture that allows you to bring it up like I just did. It maximizes the whole picture.
Yeah, well, that's what I thought, man. But I could, for some reason, I don't know why I couldn't see why it wasn't working.
This guy said animal stations are getting close. That's a fucking lobster, motherfucker. What the hell are you talking about?
Yeah. I don't know, some bullshit. I'm just trying to find where my videos are in here. Here we go. 3 months. Fuck, 3 months since I did this shit. Your videos. I put on the videos. Come on, fucking load, bitch. What's on the left?
I can't even see it. I don't think you're.
I don't know if I put it on YouTube. I'm not sure.
Oh,
I don't think I did.
No, just I don't think video. We should be able to see the video.
All right, yeah. All right, I'll go back to my shit. Where is it? So I was in there before. Fuck. First time for doing shit, folks, on IG. I'm not used to doing it on IG. I had it set up before. That's my story. I don't want to go there.
Just go to your profile.
I need to
just
zoom
go
out.
to your profile. Like, go to your home.
Oh, there it is. That's what I want. Right now on my profile. Thank you. I was zoomed in too much. I couldn't see my shit. So this is the one here. But is there a way to close down the comment on the other side or what?
I mean, I got it. I blew up my screen. I can see it.
All right. You can do it from yours if you want then. I'll stop sharing.
No, I mean, I just blew it up on into my screen.
Okay, hang on.
Yeah, I'd have to go find it and do all that. I'm just saying, in general,
So-
my screen on the bottom right-hand corner of the screen, there should be a tab whenever you're bringing it up to blow up the screen to like up the full screen of the broadcast
On the window or on StreamYard?
on the window for where we're at. Like if you click on your template, like this template that we're on, me and you,
Yep.
it should pop up.
Oh,
on
yeah,
the
yeah.
bottom corner. It should pop
Oh, no,
up where it
that's-
should maximize your screen.
Yeah, why is it not? Hang on. Is it like that? Is that the one? Or is it a different one?
I mean, I see us on there side by side the same.
Is it that one? No.
No, it's one. It's just gonna be a full tab. Like whenever you click on the screen,
Ah,
it
that,
should,
yeah, there we go. That's the one, I think.
should say full.
I think that's the one.
I mean,
Is that
I
the
can
one?
see it just fine.
All right, cool. I'll try zooming in a little bit, just in case. Oh, it doesn't really. I don't know why this seems like the comment, not the actual video. That's scary. Anyway, you can probably see. You should be able to see from there, but yeah, how the probably wait. I won't play the music just in case it fucks up the YouTube, but because it does have a soundtrack to it. Yeah, you can clearly see that he can make all those kind of throws. That throw right there was the same one that Menchie didn't make in the Texans game.
I mean, he hits those all the time.
Yeah, exactly.
I've said the thing about Aiden is, dude, he'll have 3 dudes on him, and he'll dot the ball right between all 3 of them, right on the player. Like Aiden's got some accuracy.
Yeah, I'll leave
But-
it up so I can replay one more time because that was like right at the end of it. So I'll let it play over one more time.
All right, you replay it and then in the show. I got to go in the other room for a minute. So whenever you get
All right,
done
no
with it, just end it, man.
All right, no worries, bro.
I'll be back in a
end this.
minute. I'll be back in 1 minute.
No worries, bro. So yeah, here's the back from the start. So yeah, this is clearly like this some of his best plays from with the use of his legs. Fucking dot, roll out, fucking dot on the sideline, right there, bang, right on the sideline. Roll out, run out, scramble out, fucking bang in between 2 defenders. This one I just put in there because it's a nice fucking deep ball. Again, nice fucking deep ball, right over 3 fucking defenders. And here, bang, touchdown. Use of his legs. Here, using his legs to roll out again, just like Mahomes does. Play breaks down, moves around, dodges defender, moves up, fucking bang. So people can't say he doesn't have any mobility because he does have mobility when in the pocket and rolling out of the pocket. There's another play that was just like the one that fucking Menchie missed. Like, the thing is, Aiden gives you the best chance not to miss those fucking 10-yard passes. Whereas with Aiden, sorry, with Menchie, it's 50 fucking 50. Just like Jimmy G. Look at that, right in front of the defender couldn't do shit because it's right at the dude's lap over the top. Fucking bang, the defender on his ass too. There you go, fucking scram for first downs. Again, right over the defender, right into the fucking receiver's lap. Here you go, another run by fucking Aiden. Again, rolling out the side. Sees the guy in the end zone, right, bang, smack bang. Right over the defender again, right in the fucking end zone. Again on the sideline. The accuracy is fucking insane. Here's another scramble fucking for a first down. Again, with defender hanging off him again. So the accuracy is fucking nuts. And who said that shit? Oh, that's right. Our quarterback coach said the same fucking shit last week. Dead on accuracy. Shit. How the hell do I get out of the screen? So there you have it, guys. You can clearly see that Aiden, when he needs to, he can move when he has a true OC. Bo Hardigree, not a true OC. Now we do have a true OC in Luke Getsy. Now he's going to get the best out of Aiden. I'm not trying to bag on Minshew, but Minshew just does not have the same arm talent as Aiden. And that's facts. He just doesn't. Minshew is similar to another Jimmy G, but a bit better. He's a bit better in accuracy than Jimmy G. But it's not that much of an upgrade from Jimmy G to fucking Minshew. But Aiden, on the other hand, gives us the best chance to win now. He's got a way more accurate ball. He can get it over the top, right into a receiver's lap with the defender on their ass. He can split the defenders and get it in that way. He can scramble for first downs. He can roll out the side, scramble, all that. He can run in for touchdowns from like the 10-yard line, 5-yard line. He can do all that shit. And so Aiden gives us the best chance to win. Am I saying Aiden is elite right now? No, I'm not. But can he have a chance with a real OC to be elite? Yes, he most definitely fucking can. If given the opportunity, we can see if that will be the case or not. Whereas Minshew, he's been in the league for 5 fucking years. We know what he is. He's a backup. And give shit what no one says, Minshew is a backup quarterback. Aiden has the potential through the roof. Whether he'll reach that potential or not remains to be seen. But that's why he will be the quarterback 1, because it makes more sense to start Aiden as quarterback 1. And then if he shoots the bent, you bring in Minshew. And if that happens, then we're most definitely drafting a quarterback or getting a quarterback in free agency in 2025. But AUSC most definitely deserves an opportunity to be the starter, to get the starting reps, which he currently is, which tells me he is the quarterback 1 because he's playing with the ones. He's training with the ones. He's going out with Devontae in the park and Tucker in the park and the receivers in the park and practicing with them in the off-season and all that shit. Max just pretty much says that Aiden deserves a chance to be the one. So, we're not going to listen to Max now all of a sudden when he is like the leader of the team pretty much. And if Aiden does become QB1, it'll be Max on the defense being the leader and Aiden being the leader on the offense. So Aiden will be leader of the offense, Max will be leader of the defense. That's just how it's going to go, because generally your quarterback is the leader of the offense. Your best defensive player in this case, Max, is the leader of the defense. So anyway, I'll leave it there with guys. Until the next one, peace out.